Hello, welcome to Rewrite Relay episode 2. We are here. We are doing the dang thing. We're going to rewrite Star Wars episode 2. Uh last time, I guess we can read their like opening crawl or whatever. Um last time doesn't matter anymore. It's us. We're here now. Hello.
It's our show now.
I'm Martin. I use she, her pronouns. I'm going to go to the person on the bottom of me, Theo.
Theo couldn't make it, but he sent a humble senator in his place to assist with this script. Hey guys, just quickly coming out with an idea out the gate. How about Papa Palpatine win this one? I'm just saying. Do something fresh.
And also Tanner is here. Oh.
I have no idea if that came through. It was a Wookiee noise. Hello.
No, it didn't. You got
did
noise
not, it was
cannon.
dead silence.
No. Rip. Well,
I silenced you with my force powers.
my God.
I should say also Riley is here in spirit because we can see Riley on camera and you guys can't, which means we're gonna get to see Riley react to everything that we're doing and saying.
Yeah, we've trapped Riley's Force Ghost in the Moonshot holocron.
Riley is screaming and crying to get out. Fucking episode 2. So, okay. I said off mic that we have a big question to decide going into this, and I didn't want to waste it for off mic. Are we still doing a 10-year time skip?
I think so. Are we doing 10 years? Does it have to be a full 10, or can it be a little...
That's my question, because we've aged up.
Did the previous people age up Anakin, or did Anakin stay the same age?
They aged up Anakin. Anakin is 14 in episode 1 now.
Okay. Then I feel like we don't have to do 10 years. I think we just do the equivalent time skip to get to the age that Anakin was in episode 2 originally. I think that makes sense.
I agree. Is that 5?
I think I was immediately thinking 5.
Okay, 5. I like 5.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna write that somewhere.
I also very early on need to mention we were originally going to have our good friend Audrey on this as well, but she wasn't able to make it. I did get a message though saying, Theo, I'm having to miss tonight, so you got to promise me one thing: put Obi-Wan in a sexy predicament. So
hell yeah,
let me make sure we get that.
Hey Theo,
there.
can I go off of that? Because can I use that to immediately just put in one of my ideas?
Okay, absolutely.
That one. This is the one that I'm least married to, but the one I most want to state because there's lore behind this idea. The lore behind this idea is that way back in the day, when episode 8 was on the horizon, I was trapped having to discuss Star Wars with some younger cousins who were much more invested in it than I was, and they were trying to explain to me that Obi-Wan was Rey's father, and I was like, who's Rey's mother? And then they went on to explain that Obi-Wan had a love interest in the Clone Wars who died, but because Obi-Wan fucked a ghost, that's how Rey came into being. Now I know we're several movies way in advance for Rey to be involved in any of this. However, I've been informed that Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon were now lovers and not just mentor-student, and also Qui-Gon's a ghost. So for one of my character traits to plug into Obi-Wan, can Obi-Wan fuck a ghost?
I'm listening.
Can I cuss here also? I should ask, can I cuss?
Yes, yeah, you're good.
Okay, good.
If you cuss, that will raise the rating of the film.
Good.
And it's funny, I didn't even think about ghost fucking, because the way I was immediately going to take Obi-Wan putting him in a sexy predicament was actually not fulfilling Audrey's requirement out the gate. It was setting up to help fulfill the requirement, which is that I think Obi-Wan's relationship with 90% of the cast in this movie should be, not now, kitten, daddy's still mourning his boyfriend/master.
Exactly.
Multiple people should be like, Obi-Wan, I need you to give me a good force sticking down right now. And he's like, I can't, I'm too sad.
But listen, these two ideas are holding hands. Is the thing.
Yeah, no, absolutely. My episode 2 take has always been that the Obi-Wan stuff is the most interesting part of that movie, so I'm glad we're all like locked in on this.
We can make him worse.
I think do we want to quickly, before we get too far away from the characters, or are we deep in the story? We're gonna decide character traits and shit after we keep running through the story like this.
I mean, our first character that we have to decide the traits of is Obi-Wan, so what better time?
Yeah, get in there. What do we got? Willing to use charm and deception, a trusted. See, I think these are already just still true.
So I have kind of a pitch.
Hmm.
Just like a larger scale pitch. So the like Obi-Wan detective stuff is like the interesting core of episode 2 for me. And I would like to propose that we then make it sort of an Obi-Wan and Maul buddy cop thing that they have going on. I
I can
want
dig it.
I I want to pitch and off of that. I think it would be
absolutely.
interesting if they had the buddy cop thing going on. But I think as regards specifically their mentorship of Anakin, which has to have been
Mhm,
happening if
mhm.
it's not actively still happening
Yeah, yeah,
here,
yeah, yeah.
has to have been happening.
Yes.
I think they definitely have like cool dad, strict dad
Yes.
energy toward Anakin, and I think Obi-Wan is the strict dad. I
No,
think
for sure.
I think Maul is the one who's like, "Come on, you got to let the guy like let his anger out and be chill and cool." And Obi-Wan's like, "But it's not the Jedi way."
I also had the thought that like instead of investigating the clones initially, they are trying to find the like mysterious assassin that killed Qui-Gon, but they like each kind of have different reasons for doing it. So we get like Maul is interested in like the Sith assassin stuff and Obi-Wan is in it for revenge or fucking whatever the hell. They
Hmm.
got ulterior motives.
Well, then could I point out if they're doing that, then is Anakin the one who's following up on the stuff that turns out to be the army of
Ooh,
clones?
that's
Because
fun.
if we give them both mysteries, then we're turning to Anakin like, and what can you do, little he him
Yeah,
lesbian?
I
but
have
also like
have an
Anakin's
idea
whole
about
deal
it.
in the original episode 2 was just dealing with his mother, and so Anakin can still be dealing with his mother. It's just now because we've given Shmi more stuff to do.
Mhm.
Now it is also his own. It's Anakin's buddy cop movie with Padme, 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 Padme.
Yeah, of course. You love a buddy cop movie where 4 of the buddy cops are the same person or, going by the same name.
She's a he him
Um,
lesbian. She's 4 of them. They fight crime.
alright, I've added Obi-Wan Cool Dad and Maul Fun Dad in the trait about them being Anakin's masters.
What does
Um,
this look like?
do we like these other 2 traits for Obi-Wan? So we're allowed to rewrite 2 or, like, tweak 2 or, um,
Um,
but we don't have
So
to.
we've
I know
kind
we
of
said off.
tweaked, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, I know we said off camera that we don't necessarily want to tweak too hard the ones that were added by the previous group, but I feel like the one that they added is the most tweakable. In more in the sense that like it's not just Obi-Wan and Maul, but it is also the Padmes kind of because Padme
Mhm.
is the legal owner, and yes, play that for Ziki as that is.
Hmm. Wait, so are the Padme still the legal owner? I thought they turned Anakin over to the Jedi.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, I thought that was the whole thing.
I think hold on, yeah, it says it somewhere down here. They like
Okay.
wait, where is
So
it?
Anakin
Oh
is,
yeah,
I
you're
think,
right.
has been
Padme,
technically quote
the
unquote
Padmes give Anakin
free.
to the Jedi. You're correct.
Yeah, so Anakin is
Okay.
free, but like he belongs to the Jedi.
Yeah, one
This
master for
arrow is so
another,
thick.
same as it ever was.
Same as it ever was. I do like I put cool dad and fun dad. That should say strict dad and fun dad. You can't have 2 cool dads. Sorry, Anakin.
Gee, Anakin, how come you have Obi-Wan?
It's Veggie Dad and Ice Cream Dad.
Yeah. Veggies are fucking the Jedi Knight code. Anakin can have a little the Sith as a treat. I have a pitch for one of Anakin's traits. I don't know which one I want to rewrite. Um, but here's my pitch. I want maybe this goes into like visions of the future and huge emotions with no way to parse them. I think I would like to maybe rewrite that to like has huge emotions with no way to parse them except for engaging in like reckless daredevil activity. Because I was thinking they didn't put pod racing in episode 1 at all. What if what if 24-year-old Anakin gets really into underground pod racing?
Can I twist that slightly to
Yes,
account for major setting changes? Since we've kind of left
absolutely.
Tatooine in the dust. We don't have to do that forever. But like
5 years, okay.
uh there's a little sport that has maybe shown up in other media, but the place I know it from is the Knights of the Old Republic games. What do y'all motherfuckers know about swoop racing and swoop
Ooh.
gangs?
I'm seeing
Swoop,
Riley
there
pop
it
up. What is
is.
swoop
Swoop,
racing?
there it is. I don't know what these
So
words mean.
basically it's like, for lack of a better comparison, like drag racing performed in like extremely urban environments. Or it doesn't have to be an urban
Oh.
environment. There's one that's on a water planet, another on Tatooine, funnily enough. But it's like, there's also, in like the second game, the only, I want to say maybe two, it might just be one like swoop races you can find are in like extremely urban environments. Sometimes going the wrong way down someone else's track. It's basically like motorcycle racing equivalent, as opposed to pod racing's chariot racing equivalent.
I
Okay,
like that. That is kind of
I
what I
can
was
dig
thinking
it.
of, like fucking he's going out and doing drag racing. Uh, I just
Force
like
users, start your engines, and may the best Jedi win.
I just like the idea of like somebody who's being indoctrinated into this like knight society going out and doing like life-threatening activities.
Now speaking of pod racing, and just squaring several circles of ideas that I had within the past like 20 minutes. So Hohas, Hohas plural, love that. But apparently we never got into any of their alters. So here's a pitch. Let's all take a look at Sebulba. Sebulba kind of looks a bit like some kind of horse, right?
I'm listening.
So I think we just have Sebulba be one of Hohas's altars.
Okay.
Sebulba is Hohas's altar that gets Anakin into swoop racing.
That's really fun.
And then dies in the opening swoop race. I'm behind you all the way.
No, we we cannot.
We just get the Aaron Paul gif of him shouting no, but it's instead Anakin at Equesh. That's the plot of the movie, baby. I need to find out who murdered my plural friend.
I was gonna say that we can't kill Hohas until episode 3 for proper dramatic weight, but is Hohas
Oh, we
taking
have
the
them all.
place of the emotional death that Shmi did before?
Oh, I wasn't even thinking of that, but oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Let's put a pin in that. Let's continue. Let's iron out the rest of the traits, and we might pull that
absolutely.
the fuck back in.
Yeah. All right. Do you want to stay on Anakin? Do you want to move down to the Padmes?
Is there anything else we need to update with Anakin? I think, yeah, boy with huge emotions, no way to parse them, life-threatening, yeah, has to hide, Padawan came. I think at the start of the film, I think this is definitely where Anakin's at.
Yeah, I think this feels good to me.
And of course the swoop gangs. Actually, before we move on from Anakin, is Anakin just swoop racing, or is Anakin actually joined a swoop gang?
Oh. Has Anakin joined a gang under like an assumed identity?
Yeah, exactly.
Because then you have like layers of false identity going on with Anakin, and there's something kind of fun about that.
I think we gotta have Anakin in the swoop gang. Riley's asking what's Anakin's fake name.
Oh god.
Has Anakin ever gone under an alias? I know Obi-Wan and other characters.
That was my
have.
question. Hold on. Anakin Skywalker
That's it. It's Anakin.
Oh, Anakin.
Do you have a list of nicknames on
Hell
your
yes.
wiki page, my boy?
What
No.
can I say? This house is. What can I say? Hohas is falling apart. What can I say? Hohas is falling apart.
Okay, actually, wait. I have an answer that is corny on its own, but I want to throw it out there. I want to throw it out there to remove the temptation to do what every Star Wars creator who thinks they're being clever is doing. Is this where we get the Star Killer reference out of the way?
I was about to say we could have him go by Star Killer.
Yeah, that slays.
Yeah, this way no one else can do it. We've done it for this series. We don't need to make. Yes, we all know what Anakin's original or what Luke's original name was. Thank you. You've read the original script of Star Wars. Now onto the Padme.
Yeah, I keep panning over to look at the beautiful face of Zam Wessel. We gotta get her in
Yeah.
this movie somehow.
Okay, so what I'm thinking. So what if Annie being in the swoop game? This is our cold open.
Oh,
Like
I
the cold
like
open is just this
it.
whole swoop race, and we can have, like, we have Annie and Sebulba Ekwesh, like, being undercover in the swoop gang, and also Zam Wessel is there.
Tanner, I'm
And-
so glad you said this because I was thinking this yesterday. I was like, that's going too far. Like, I'll see if that's appropriate, but I don't know if that'll work out for what everyone else has in mind. So yes, this is exactly the fucking cold open. Is
We're
Anakin undercover at a swoop race?
We're just
And
letting
also-
Theo make a Fast and Furious movie.
This is all my plan.
I mean, I don't know what else Zam is doing except for more than just eat shit in the first act.
Yeah, she's just cool. She hangs out
She's
with
just
Jango
cool.
Fett, I guess.
The voice of God coming in here to keep y'all on track with the traits, please.
Thank you, Matt.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's rapid fire some of these next guys.
Okay.
My pitch for the Padmes is that they have split up in some regard after like moving into like the Senate aspect of things. I think it's interesting to have the four Padmes doing four distinct things. Not that we want to juggle that necessarily.
Well, what if one of the Padmes eats shit in Act 1?
Ooh. Oh, fucking don't they like try to assassinate her, or am I thinking of
That's
3?
right. I was desperately trying to remember how did episode 2 begin. I could not remember, but you're right.
Like,
Yeah,
there's
what
like
if
16
the
layers of
assassination
bounty
like
hunter.
actually works? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, but I like that idea. That does open up the question of how, like, actually maybe this is a thing we could use for the story, like how the rest of the Padmes handle this. Because I guess the easy like public story is got shot, but we're fine. It grazed me, we're fine. But private, they have to be like, fuck, one of us actually died.
Yeah. Now
Yeah.
my insane alternative pitch is what if one of the Padmes has been Zam Wessel the whole time? And that's how the assassination gets pulled off. Or like at some point during the time skip, Zam Wessel killed and infiltrated the Padme-cule.
I
She's a
kind
I
of
love-
like. I kind of
I
like
love
that
Zam-
idea.
Zam Reich Wessel has been here the whole time.
Yeah. Because I think if we use Zam Wessel for stuff, we have to do the shape shifting of it all.
Yeah,
I think-
absolutely.
you know what? Actually, I like this idea because I think then maybe that becomes part of like the lead in the mystery of like, okay, this bitch like infiltrated the Padme-cule. When was the last time we know for a fact the Padme-cule wasn't infiltrated? Okay,
Yeah.
that's where we start our mystery.
Infiltrated by Zam Wessel.
What trait do you replace with Zam Wessel is killed and replaced with someone?
I mean, I feel like we can add that to like a group of like a group of women, right?
-1.
Uh-huh.
Elected.
Because she's also a senator at this point, right? She's not a queen.
Oh yeah, I think we were talking about that.
Yeah. So I guess are they all the senator, or is just one of them the senator? Is it all four of them are the senator still?
I mean, so if it is that publicly they're just one person, then yeah, publicly it's just like on the records it's Padme Amidala. But like in reality, they're all sharing the duties and they're all like talking with each other and figuring out things as a unit.
Okay,
Is
like
what I'm imagining.
I might be over seasoning the sauce here, but like I think another angle of this, and maybe this becomes like Padme's arc in the film, is one of them dies and or at least is missing, if not outright killed, is missing, replaced by Zam Wessel, and the public assassination attempt, even if they're able to be like, hey, it didn't act like it no one died, we're good. The increased security and scrutiny that everyone forces upon the Padme Kul after that point puts the deception at risk, like more than ever.
Yeah, I like
Okay.
that.
Yes.
I think that's fun.
Because at a certain point you can't be like, no, I don't need more security, like it's all good, it's fine. At a certain point it's like, well, why don't you want more security? You nearly got shot.
Fine, then I'll only have one personal security guard, my good friend Anakin. My good friend. We're not even gals being pals, that's a boy.
And I think that could even work while Anakin is like investigating the mystery. I guess. Actually, no. I think it could work along Anakin investigating the mystery because maybe Padme just travels with him wherever he has to fucking rocket off to.
Well, I guess, and this is something we can get into when we do more plot. Like, how does Anakin feel about knowing one of the Padmes got replaced?
Feels exactly 1/4 of my heart is broken. I don't know why. But it's kind of weird. After all, I'm a Jedi. I'm not supposed to have feelings.
Do we want to talk about Sheevan?
Yeah, let's see what Papa Palpatine is up to.
Now, I know the thing that they changed for him is that he has a obsession with ancient Jedi artifacts. I forget what the trait was that they changed, but that's what we're working with.
I think. Okay. I don't know if maybe this would be closing off a path, or if this would be like maybe instead of a beloved politician, he's explicitly kind of like the guy who for a while has just been showing up to work and like clocking in at the House of Representatives and no one knows his fucking name.
That's kind of fun.
A lesser known politician.
Yeah. A safe voter in the Senate.
Yeah. He toes the party line.
Yeah, it's like he just always votes with the party. He never really makes any big waves or anything. Which in some ways I think works better for his whole schemer thing. Like I know he's scheming to become emperor, but also
I kind of like rocking with Palpatine, who is a little bit doing the like doddering old man thing.
Yeah.
I can't. Oh no, Palpatine is Joe Biden.
Palpatine is like your senator who keeps getting reelected, and you're like mostly fine with it, but you're like, man, I kind of wish we had somebody younger and more progressive.
Yeah, like certain days you're like, oh, did he not die yet? Okay, like. Anything else on Palpatine? Because I think it's kind of
yeah, that covers the Palpatine-ness.
Yeah, I feel like our Palpatine might emerge more once we get into plot.
We got Django.
So I'm looking at the thing they introduced the last time people with an angel investor for the new Jedi Order that has been established after the death of Qui-Gon Jinn, and I feel like that part runs a little bit contradictory to the mercenary part, and so I almost want to change mercenary to businessman.
Ooh, yeah.
Can I pitch and that with former mercenary?
Yeah,
like he had to see money.
Yeah, like he retired and he went into business.
Yeah, he got his Purple Heart and his payout.
Because especially if he's former mercenary and most of the time is a bit like he's just kind of rocking around as a businessman wearing a space like 3-piece suit and looking super cool, that does give us the option to later have a scene.
And you realize that was already a thing.
Yeah, it's just like that does give us the option later to have the scene where like some people show up to be like, we're taking you into custody, and he's like, haha, no you're not, kills all of them.
Yeah.
Like, you forgot I used to be really good at this. So yeah, he's former mercenary, now a businessman. He's the angel investor. Maybe we have to decide this later. Is he still going to be the source of the clone army?
I don't know. Maybe not. That's a choice for us to decide.
I definitely think I'm fine with him remaining the source unless we think of something cooler.
Yeah.
Like at this point, I see no reason to change it, but if I do see a reason to change it, I'm willing to say hell yeah.
Also, like, guy who is paying a bunch of money for clones makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Oh, and also I guess if we just make it generic, source could be a number of things.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Rich guy who is dumping a bunch of money into cloning technology is kind of fun to me.
Oh my god, he's that dude who's trying to make himself live forever. Like,
Yeah,
this is his version of
exactly.
that.
Do you have any idea how little that narrows that down at this point, Theo?
Okay, fair. Mr. Perry. Ooh, Mr.
Oh
Perry.
yeah, we get to do mall character traits too. I forgot.
Oh, I added Maul. Technically, we
Well,
don't have to.
I think that you're right. Like he is gonna be part of this, as I assume.
Vizier.
For kid he's ever met just to get a dude's ass.
I kind of want to. I kind of want to rewrite that one and be like, something has intrigued him about like the mysterious assassin that killed Qui-Gon Jinn.
I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
And he is like he's very interested in like pursuing that investigation with Obi-Wan.
Also, we can almost consolidate that one into this one.
I'm gonna say doggedly pursuing investigation.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
I do like the idea of him doing good cop, bad cop with Obi-Wan, but he's the good cop.
Yeah.
We just picture Darth Maul doing the look at all the fucks I give Anakin.
Now, it was also brought up in the chat that we don't know if the Jedi are like no emotion, you can't show love people, because the last crew didn't establish like anything about the Jedi.
I feel like that has... Okay, let me posit something. I feel like that has to still be literally true, but also maybe these Jedi are kind of more quietly hypocrites about it. Because that's always something I find... Like, a lot of media gets into is, like, the Jedi who, you know, essentially they're not supposed to love, but don't worry, they fucked.
Yeah.
And how that ties into, in real life, they always, like... People always want to point to historical, like, warrior societies and similar things, point to these really strict code of conduct and be like, ah, yes, clearly, like, this is how they always acted. This is the behavior that they exhibited. And it has been pointed out to me years ago that that's the equivalent of, like, if in 1,000 years we read a modern day school code of conduct and went, ah, yes, teenagers in the 21st century never cheated on their test, always dressed modestly, you know, never cursed or drank or smoked the marijuana. It's like, no, people break their codes of conduct all the time. Like, so maybe it's stated that Jedi are not supposed to fuck, but they're definitely fucking.
I kind of like the idea that they're like a group of knights that have like a code of conduct, but they're all like a lot of them are not strictly adhering to that code of conduct. And possibly Anakin is in a space where he is like just starting to find out that a lot of like the mentors he has had don't care so much about the code of conduct that they've been trying to teach him for the past 5 years.
Yeah, it's funny enough, that is actually something else I was thinking about. Sorry to keep saying, I promise I'm not just saying that for literally every good idea that comes up. But that was something else I was thinking about, is that is an angle we might want to weave into the plot, is it's like, in real life, I personally know and have seen other people that, like, a certain form of religious trauma kind of comes from, like, distancing yourself from a belief system because you're like, I understand how seriously you're supposed to take this, and there's this weird cognitive dissonance where, like, I am trying to distance myself knowing that I can't hew to this, or even just I want to hew to that. I want to follow those rules and show how much I take this seriously, and you all aren't, even though you say you are, and that's weird. That doesn't make sense to me.
And then I think that's then kind of interesting in that like Anakin is like, oh, well, I've been like hiding my whole ass gender to like be a part of this night order and like take it really seriously, and you guys aren't taking it seriously. What are we doing here?
Exactly. Yeah. As always, I use too many words to describe a very basic idea.
No, but like I feel you. Thank you, Riley, for pinning Theo. Are you a misogynist? In the
Yeah, I saw that before seeing the rest of chat. And I was like, what did I say? Did Perry type something in on the keyboard when he was crawling around the desk?
Oh. Do we want to write our freaking movie?
Let's write our freaking movie.
Are we not doing that right now?
Well, I mean, yeah, we kind of are. But we can move over to the space for it. Also, I'm not fixing Yime Skip, it's staying.
Okay, yeah, let's do into movie. I feel like we've done as much character work as we need to beforehand.
All right.
Yime, see, Yime is what they use to track time in the galaxy far,
Yeah.
far away.
Also, death sticks are real. First and foremost.
We have to make sure. And we have to make sure we're keeping this in mind. Yeah.
Yeah, we have to somehow get in begun the Clone Wars have.
Yeah. That one line is the only reason we can't just excise the clone army. I mean, yeah, I think we already established the first scene. I think after the text scroll, which we'll take care of when we've actually got a movie.
Yeah.
Real quick,
immediate...
as the rule maker here, we can. I think to make this interesting, it's begun the blank wars have rock and roll from there. I think that doesn't
Begun.
lock you in. Begun the wars have.
Begun the swoop race.
Continue
wars
as you are.
So we
Begun
do
the
have
gender
repeated
wars
assassination attempts as our first plot point, which is funny because we did
Yes.
kind of talk about that.
I mean, we can't. If we're still down with the opening bits being like the cold open being a swoop race that Annie, Sebulba, and possibly Padme and Zam are involved in, this assassination attempts can spiral out of there.
I like that a lot. Yeah. It's kind of interesting to show Zam as Zam and then later be like, and she's one of the Padmes. She's like infiltrated this closed system while also kind of like being Anakin's friend outside of it.
If I can
his favorite Padme.
Something off of, I think we have the cold open where Anakin does the whole swoop race. Do you think Maul knows he's doing the swoop racing and is in quiet support of it? Because if so, then I think what could happen is Anakin wins the swoop race, is like, all right, thank you, you've been a wonderful audience, turns around and there's Maul standing there smiling knowingly you forgot we were on guard duty for the Senate today, weren't you, my Padawan? It's don't worry, I won't tell Obi-Wan.
Is it okay? I have two questions, which is, do we think Maul knows, or does he just know that Anakin is sneaking out to go somewhere and is like, that's fine, let him, kids will be kids. Also, is it more interesting? Also, is it more interesting if Obi-Wan rocks up on the swoop race and is like, you're grounded, I'm taking you home?
Oh. I think any of those can work. What I'm kind of thinking, the important detail I'm thinking of is that is the transition to Anakin being hurried off to meet with the Padmes at the Senate session where the assassination attempts occur.
Yes, I like that. Wessel is 2 L's.
Maybe that even him arriving late is what puts him into position to maybe see something or interfere with something happening that he wouldn't have otherwise been.
That's fun. That's fun. I like that a lot. I'm realizing that Wessel has 2 L's. Whatever, man.
Had to have many more L's by the time we're done with her.
Anakin swoop racing, cold open with Sebulba and Zam Wessel. Obi-Wan catches him leaving after winning the race. Big mad.
And I think that actually, okay, so if it's not that one or both of them know about specifically the swoop race, I think maybe that is the scene that establishes the dynamic that Maul
Yeah.
That Obi-Wan is the one who's all right, you're on super Jedi grounded, young man, and Maul is the one who's oh, perhaps we write this one off as the mistakes of a young Padawan.
Obi-Wan is standing there with his arms folded and Darth Maul is giving him a thumbs up.
Do like big nodding thumbs up. Obi-Wan looks at him. He's shaking his head. Obi-Wan looks again.
Right, he's not a Darth, because who, or maybe, I don't know, who knows the stuff. Maybe Darth is just his legal name.
Yeah,
How-
I'm realizing Maul doesn't really have a first name. He just has the mononym. I mean, if they're knights,
How do you
he
make
could
arrows?
Be... hold on. If you click a thing, there's like these little blue nodes on the
Ooh,
sides.
gotcha.
Yeah. I guess he could be like Sir Maul or something if we're sticking with the Jedi as being knights. I don't know. He could just be Maul. The
Star Killer
mononym
Maul.
is cool.
Maul Star Killer.
Maul Star Killer. Oh yeah. Do they know that Anakin is going by a different name?
I don't think so. I think maybe we could. I think if we want to fine tune this a little bit again, maybe it's not they know specifically about the swoop racing, but they know that Anakin is sneaking out and then catches.
Yeah, I like
him sneaking back
catching
in.
him coming. Yeah, catching him like coming back home. Big mad.
Maybe Obi-Wan has like a dad moment. It's like, you sneak out, at first it's nothing, and then it's this other bad thing, and before long you're swoop racing, and Anakin's like, yeah, that'd be crazy, right? Like, well, me swoop racing, can you imagine?
I like that. Do we move to repeated assassination attempts from they're like, oh, Anakin, you're late for our big day out at the Senate.
Yeah, I think it's like they like catch up with us. We're gonna like go take position because we understand like being on time to things.
Mhm.
And Anakin is the one who's like running up. He's got the toast in his mouth. He's doing up his boots while running. And I think like Anakin is the like perspective from which we first see like the assassination attempt kicking off. Because I think again it's interesting if like he's late, so he's out of position, and so he's the one who sees like, oh shit, something's happening.
I tapped over to chat. They were talking about Obi-Wan laying pipe. I promise he will lay pipe in this movie. It's okay. Everybody calm down. He's a stick in the mud in more than one way, if you know what I mean.
Wanky.
So yeah, we get to the assassination.
Mhm.
So specifically, Zam Wessel shows up. Does Zam Wessel kill? Like, did we actually decide if they kill one of the members of the Padme or like try?
So here's my thought. Episode 2 is the one where they like there's an assassination attempt and then they reveal that it's not been Padme the whole time, right? Am I remembering the right movie?
That's the first
Yeah,
one, isn't
it's like
okay.
it opens with Padme and her guard exiting the ship, and then it explodes.
Yeah.
And then we pan over to real Padme coming out of a different ship and running over and like cradling the dying double. And she's like, "I'm sorry, Your Majesty, I failed." It's like, "Girl, why'd you fail? You exploded. That's not your fault."
Like I think we could do that, except that it's like the dying double is Zam and like turns around and shoots one of the other Padmes and then like
Ooh, I like
escapes into
that.
the night.
That I think because then yeah, one is dead. One is dead. That sucks, and another one is missing. That
Yeah.
also sucks.
And then it's like, well, why did one of the Padmes just turn on the others? Because we don't know that she's
Yeah,
a shapeshifter yet.
And I think that is where like Anakin maybe Zam was in a position to kill all of the Padmes, and it's only
Yeah.
thanks to Anakin like being in the right place at the wrong time, or wrong place at the right time, I guess in this circumstance, rushing over and be like, ugh, like stopping Zam from getting the other ones.
All right, time to keep Zam from killing all Okay, so which Padmes are we taking off the board? I guess is my question.
Did we write
Feel
down
like-
what the differences between them are?
No, they're interchangeable at this point in time.
I think kind of the point is that they're supposed to be interchangeable.
Can we change the one with, I'm sorry for this, I think it was Julia who suggested this name, the really long name.
Sure. Oh, not interchanged. In Sam has infiltrated the Padme during the time skip. Is here to kill the rest of them. I'm just kind of loosely putting these places. Anything there. Sam fakes an injury, turns around, shoots one of the other Padmes, escapes into the night.
So we got. So that gets us up to the the major inciting incident.
Yeah.
And I think that even actually, we aren't violating this, but we aren't quite fulfilling the spirit of it. I think that like kind of seamlessly leads into the Obi and Anakin are separated, one solving a mystery, because then that's the follow up is like the Jedi Council forms like, this is holy shit, this is bad. Like, what happened? What are we gonna do about this? And it's like, okay, well, we got two mysteries here.
Yeah.
One is that we got this assassin, and two, where is the missing Padme? Like, what happened there?
Can I throw out something crazy and say, what if the Padme that Zam is Sabe?
Sure. I don't.
Yeah.
Is that one of the important ones?
Yeah, she is like the Padme bodyguard in the movies.
Oh,
she is like the actual body double.
Yeah, I think that actually would be interesting. Yeah, that like if that is the one who is missing and they don't know if she's dead or like or like God forbid, like maybe they even bring this up as an idea, like, oh my fucking god, like what if she's turned traitor? Like what if she allowed Sam to take her position?
And then the one that she kills is the one with the long name that I'm gonna copy paste.
Arajakala, I think?
Orajakala.
Orajakala.
I don't know if that's a Glepshido from my expanded universe or not.
I think it is.
If it's not, if it's a name that was truly pulled from the Aether, I applaud you. And I'm sorry that they're now just salsa.
Yeah, Sabe is the one played by Keira Knightley in the movies.
Oh, right. That's two women. I forgot.
That's two whole women.
Do you ever?
I thought it was just
forget about
it was
an
one
entire
woman moving
woman
back and forth very fast. But yeah, so I think it's like this assassination happens, Jedi Council convenes. Does the Jedi Council know it's for Padme's? Like, I feel like if they haven't been let on in the secret, they probably just also figured it out for themselves.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we're the fucking Jedi. Like,
yeah, because Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan and Darth Maul would know, I think, from the last movie. So at least they would know.
If nothing else, like them being the security up front, I was like, no, that girl, like, even if they hadn't figured out in the time skip, by the point they're assembling, they're like, we've kind of pieced it together. We know that there were more Padmes. Tell us the rest of what happened.
Yeah. Well, I think also they said last time that the four Padmes is just like a cultural thing on Naboo, so I feel like they would know.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. But I feel like
it's the rest of the world know. Wait, I thought this was a secret. Is it just a public thing?
Yeah, so it's just like a cultural thing that they have, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
But I feel like it's probably a thing that like none of them have ever it's never been like one of them turned traitor on the others before. Like this might be an unprecedented political situation. Of like, well, we're down two Padmes and one of them killed the other one. What do we do?
Or like one of them is one of them is dead, one of them might be a traitor, might be captured, like any of 1,000 things might have happened. But like it's still the same effect of like we're down to half Padme strength. We don't know what to do in this situation.
Yeah, like
we're
do we just
50% Padme? We're not Padme, we're just me.
Yeah, and it's like, well, do we elect more? Do we just split the duties between the two of them that are used to being four of them? Like, what do they do?
Fuck me.
Riley is turning Orajakala into Sans Undertale. Padme Undertale.
Now we do get to We do get to change 2 of these plot points.
Let me do a quick thing here.
To which I'm wondering if we want to change this one to Obi and Anakin are separated, each of them solving a mystery,
Yeah, that's what I'm
and
thinking. Is like,
just
I mean, and
yeah.
technically, it's still one is solving a mystery. It's just the other is also solving a mystery.
Yeah, I guess we don't really have to waste one of our changes on that. Like, we're not saying anything new there.
Yeah.
There's so many Padmes on the board.
Riley, you're moderating.
No, I appreciate Riley putting in photos.
Jesus Christ.
So many Padmes.
Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah, important to have the Jedi Council convene, I think.
Yeah, trying to keep us from going too far off the range here. The
Well,
scene after the after the actiony assassination attempt. Hi, Perry.
so this is where we can decide who's on the Jedi Council if we want to. That's power that has been given to us.
Are Maul and do you think Maul and Obi-Wan are on the council yet?
Yeah, maybe?
Or
We
do we
know
want to
it
save that maybe for the end of the movie?
I feel like that might be an end of movie thing. We know that Mace Windu is around because Maul is studying under Mace Windu.
What, but then if Maul is good enough to then become the trainer for, I think
Yeah.
it makes sense if Mace Windu
No, that
was
is
by this
true.
point. Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe they are on the council, or at least they're kind of like sitting in on it because they're like involved in this whole thing.
Think let's get at least a few guys on here. Who else do we
Yeah,
want on
let's
this
get some
council?
guys. We really haven't
Who?
done anything with we haven't done anything with Count Dooku. I guess he's sort of an important part of this movie.
It would be funny if Count Dooku, we just made him a regular
We
ass
could
Jedi
put Count
Master, and
Dooku.
like, and then he never matters ever again. Who else? God, all these people.
Should we put
all these
should we
aliens
put-
look the same to me.
Should we put Yoda on the Jedi Council?
I think we have to. Like, it's an easy buy, and also he's.
But
really
but do we have
funny.
to grant him the title of master?
Um, can he be? I mean, can he be on the council without? Well, I guess if Obi-Wan and
Hold
Maul
on.
are there, it does kind of imply that you can be on the council without being a master.
Now, sorry. Can I posit something really stupid?
Absolutely.
I think Yoda and Yaddle are not only on the council at
Yeah.
the same time, they're right next to each other, so we get to see how fucking Yoda just talks like a maniac compared to
Yes,
Yaddle.
100%. Absolutely. That's really
disturbing.
good.
This assassination attempt is. Yes, this is such a disturbing event in our planet's history.
Can I throw out something crazy?
What is
What's
this if
up?
not the time for that?
What if Count Dooku is on the Jedi Council, but as sort of like a nobleman who bought his way into the Knight's Order type deal?
So, okay, that. But let me pause it.
Uh-huh.
Django gets a seat on
Okay.
the council by being an
Okay.
investor.
Interesting. Yes, I like that. I like them having outside people on the council.
And like, yeah, it's like Django definitely because yeah, he's like, well, I'm like fucking sponsoring you guys, so I get a vote.
Yeah. Like it's his money, obviously he gets a vote. I was thinking Dooku being there in sort of the um like fantasy medieval trope of like he is literally a count and he sort of like is another benefactor of these knights, so they give him a vote.
Oh, maybe kind of that, and also like he's explicitly like a retired Jedi. Like it's not literally a career you can retire from, but it's just kind of
Mhm.
like he's almost what Palpatine used to be. He's the guy who everyone on the council is like, oh, it's Dooku. Like he
Yeah,
shows up and
I like
he's
that.
chill. He's got good advice.
He's
So we got
wise.
in advance. I don't think we necessarily have to say that these are all the guys in the council, but I think
Yeah.
these are definitely like the big players on the
They're
council.
they're the important guys.
Also, I did add Kit Fisto without saying anything.
Thank you.
Everyone loves Kit Fisto.
Which one is the guy, the Jedi that lays pipe?
We've already talked about Obi-Wan.
Kiadi
No,
Mundi.
there's. Thank you. That's who I was
that
thinking
guy.
of. Riley is saying that we have to make Yaddle trans.
Sure.
I don't know anything
You know what? Just
about.
yeah,
I
let's
don't
just
know
say
anything
yes.
about Yoda's race. Is Kiadi
Accidentally.
Mundi- I assume he's on Glove Shadow Tower.
Am I
somewhere.
allowed to say we should abide by the rule that we never actually name Yoda's alien race at any point during this whole
Yes,
relay?
100%. They're just
Absolutely.
Yodas. Yep.
Yeah.
Nope, yeah,
Yaddle's
they're-
lightsaber is the trans flag color. Just never explained.
Is he on Glove Shadow Tower?
Who is?
Surely.
Oh, Riley's
Kiadi
getting
Mundi.
Kiadi Moody.
Okay, thank you, Riley. Anybody else we want on the Jedi Council? My other crazy suggestion is we could put General Grievous on here, but I understand if that's too crazy.
I think let's let. I think that is it's worth saving Grievous either for later in this play or for our friends in episode 3.
Or Grievous is here as Count Dooku's silent bodyguard.
Yeah,
Oh, I
okay,
can
never
dig
mind.
that.
I'm a fan of that one.
He is just like guy who stands menacingly in the corner.
Yeah, I like Grievous is here in terms of like, do not elaborate on this man.
Yeah.
Daddy, your car is around front. Your bodyguard
Yeah.
calls you Daddy?
He just like kind of
It's a
stands
cultural
behind.
Only here
thing.
or a farm.
He stands behind Dooku, like breathing menacingly, and everyone's like, "Who's that guy? That's crazy. Why does Count Dooku hang out with that drip?"
I do really like that idea. Okay. So yeah, we have the Jedi Council convened. They're like, "Wow, that went super tits up so badly. We need to investigate this."
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
I'm gonna label the guys that are investors with like special council seats. Oh my god, I lost my text box. I feel like we should also write somewhere that these aren't all the Jedi. These are just like the important guys.
I think that's fair. Yeah.
Is a retired
You think?
Jedi.
Ooh, are you
but
being
gets
stinky?
a count vote because he is a chill hang. Everyone likes Count Dooku.
He's one who always brings He always brings a rack of beers to the council meeting.
Yeah. He's the guy who shows up with a keg.
No, he's not that kind of cool. He shows up with like the expensive brandy and the cigars.
Yeah. Is his silent.
Just reinventing Alec Guinness from First Principles, getting him
Yeah.
back in the franchise.
Yeah, thank you, Tanner. There's other Jedi. They're just not afforded to the scene. Sorry, I just saw Nessa in chat say, I think the US Senate would run more efficiently if there was a heavy breathing maniac just looming in the corner. You're not wrong.
So the council gets together. They're talking about all of the crazy dog shit that went down. I think there maybe we even get a moment of like they're asking Anakin what happened, and even though he's kind of the one that saved the day, they're like, okay, but like clearly we're pretty sure you must have fucked up in some way, so we're not gonna like praise you for this.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think we kind of sow some of those. We get a miniature version of episode 3's. Like we give you a seat on the council, but we do not grant you the rank of master. like a
Yeah.
lower stakes version of that almost.
I like that.
And like maybe that even like kind of textures the relationship between Anakin and his ow, dog, you're biting too hard. Between Anakin and his masters, where like Obi-Wan is like, listen, it sucks, but like they're kind of right. Like listen, don't get mad at the council, it's just how it is. And Maul's the one who's like, yeah, the council, am I fucking right? What assholes?
Yeah.
Like
I
they
think
must not
that's
know what they're
fun.
doing. I'm gonna put you down.
Yeah, I like the I like fucking even the cop gets in trouble if like Obi-Wan, Maul, and Anakin all get yelled at, and Anakin's like, well, that's not fair, and Obi-Wan's like, it's how it is, kid.
But then I think that is what transitions into the like, okay, but admittedly, we might have to, if we were actually writing this as a script, we would have to figure out how we go from that to, anyway, we're tasking you three with investigate. Actually, maybe they don't task those three. Maybe this is like a Jedi Council sits on its ass moment. And those three are independently like, we gotta find out what happened. Like,
I mean, I do like the thing where I think it is fitting for the Jedi Council to task Obi-Wan and Maul to investigate the thing that they feel is a more pressing matter to them, and then for either Anakin on his own or with Maul's encouragement to just go off half-cocked on the thing that like feels like it should actually be a bigger deal and is like, this is a bigger deal to the galaxy, not just to the Council.
Yeah,
Like I think it would make sense. The Council gives them a mission, and they're like, okay, well, there's obviously more. We're not going to do just this.
I think that makes sense, actually. That like
the
council's like, clearly we need to go after the assassin. Oh, the dead Padme, or the missing Padme. Who gives a shit? Like, she'll probably turn up, and if she doesn't, she's probably dead. And it's Anakin and the other Padmes who are like, no, we gotta like figure this out. This is our friend, man. We gotta do this.
Yeah.
I also like that. So even as much of a stick in the mud as we have created Obi-Wan, I also feel like even Obi-Wan would give Anakin his blessing to go off on his own.
Yeah.
Like he would definitely like, be careful because this is technically not allowed and we could all get in so much shit, but also, yeah, we should definitely investigate this.
Yeah, I think it's actually 100% right, because if we just have Obi-Wan being a wet blanket, then then it's like any future failure of their relationship is just not gonna land. It's gonna be like, well, yeah, they hated each other. Of course they like Anakin turned on him. Whereas if we have a couple scenes where he's being stern, but then when the chips are down, Obi-Wan is like, okay, look, I do disagree with the council. You need to find out what happened to our friend. Like, this matters.
Yeah.
So like, I can't tell you to do this, but I'm not gonna tell the council if you do like go investigate this. Like, oh, this is weird. I'm submitting a request for you to be assigned to the remaining Padme's personal bodyguard. Oh, man, so anywhere they go, like, say, investigating this, you're also gonna have to go. Oh, no. Like,
yeah.
We're also, again, this is definitely one where it can be vetoed if it's too silly. But at this point, I feel like we should decide whether or not Obi-Wan is still banging Qui-Gon's ghost.
Oh, I feel like, yes, but only after he has turned down Maul to have sex.
Okay. So then I think we should just to establish stuff, we should have Obi-Wan making like bedroom eyes, not even bedroom eyes, just like yearning. Do some explicitly homosexual yearning towards Qui-Gon's ghost in the distance, while Maul is like trying to I don't know what this is.
So I was gonna propose that after Obi-Wan and Maul get like tasked with finding the assassin, we get a bit where Maul is like, okay, what do you want to do? How do you want to start? And we get a reveal that Obi-Wan has been for the past 5 years working on like a large scale conspiracy board, being like, okay, here's all the leads that I have. Like a guy who has clearly been obsessing over this completely privately for the past 5 years. And Maul's like, oh, okay, I see. I understand.
I do really like that. Just moving this up. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Tanner. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan is
hold on,
like,
wait.
come back to my place, and Maul's like, okay, cool, we're gonna have sex. And he just
We're gonna have gay Jedi
giant
sex.
Oh yeah, yeah. Theo, you're one step ahead of me.
Can I lock these? Yes.
Put your pants back on. We're talking
Oh wait,
about my
oh fuck,
conspiracy
I can't move if they're
theories.
locked. How do I bind these together? Hold on.
But supports and can secretly investigating Padme. How do I? Yeah.
Maul, you gotta find a new guy for your own sake.
All getting cut by a ghost.
I think, okay, I need to just say what I really like about this is the slow burn reveal that we are building in this of Obi-Wan looking like a by the book, like straight laced,
Yeah.
total Jedi, like Jedi's Jedi, and slowly revealing that he's kind of insane.
Yes, exactly, 100%. He literally just like peel back the curtain and be like, "Oh no, this guy has been spiraling for the past 5 years, and he's just really good at like locking it down in public."
Yeah.
I think this does count as our sexy predicament.
But Obi-Wan reveals he has been gathering evidence about murder for the past 5 years.
Wait, hang on. I have a funny idea. Oh, I think all my ideas have been funny so far, but funny idea is that the in response, Maul's response to seeing Obi-Wan do all this.
Yeah.
This I want to go home and rethink my life.
That's because I think it's like, yeah, as the whole time Maul is just looking so annoyed, just like rolling his eyes, and then as he's about to leave, Obi's like, "Oh, so where are you going?" It's like, "I want to go home and rethink my life."
I when I DM'd Riley about episode 2, I said my only pitch going into this is that we just do the nice guys, but with Obi-Wan and Darth Maul.
It has been suggested, can Maul have an open jacket, no shirt when he shows up? And I think, no, he's required to have that on during
Yeah,
that entire scene. I think it's never brought attention to, but the whole time Maul is in a slutty little, like, open jacket. We can see his whole black and red body.
Maul gets
Okay, so that's
invited
not even a question for this. It's just a question for Star Wars in general. Is that his skin or is he tattoos? Because I've heard different
I
things.
think that's his skin, but I don't know.
Okay,
Riley was
help
shaking their head and then nodding.
to give I know we're spending way too long on Maul and Obi-Wan not having sex, but like instead of being at Obi-Wan's place and he has like the conspiracy board, holocrons exist in this universe. I think it's Maul invites him over and has like the fancy space wine and like the open jacket and everything. And when Obi-Wan comes in, like he's in full Jedi regalia, and I just listen, I need you to see this. Opens holocron, floats into the air. Digital conspiracy board explodes across the wall
Yeah.
as Maul silently extinguishes 2 romantic candles. Uses the Force to extinguish them. What am I saying? Fuck. Okay. Maybe that doesn't work because it has now been pointed out. He still has to say, "I want to go home and rethink my life" when he walks out of his own house.
Still funny.
Yeah, we'll just make that work. We'll do it live. Hold up, let me add on here. That's all a holocron PTW. Portable conspiracy board.
I have holocron conspiracy.
Oh, where's
Oh,
holocron?
you're adding
Wait.
it to the image. I see. Um, so our next plot point, which like we don't have to jump to right away, or we can change, is a secret marriage occurs. Which I guess to find our way there, we have to figure out what's going on with Anakin and the two surviving Padmes.
Yeah. We gotta do a fucking meanwhile arrow sneaking through here.
Yeah, can we like shift episode 3 to the side a little bit? I'm gonna let that be a Riley problem.
So I
Thank you, Riley. Wait, no, Riley,
Oh, too far.
you're taking
Oh, no.
Kiani Mundi away from us.
What's happening? Shit!
stop moving at the wrong things. Now you're only moving the wrong things.
Because I do think you're right. We need like a split timeline situation.
No, not a split. Please do not introduce time travel to Star Wars. God.
Well, no, but like we just need to
Ah,
go
the
like
assassin was Anakin all along.
we just need to like put something over here.
Two
of,
lines,
like,
no waiting.
Meanwhile, Anakin.
So maybe this is the time to bring it up, because Anakin and Padme's investigation is definitely going to take them to other planets, and maybe do we want to keep it? It's not Geonosis, is the rain planet. What's the planet where all the clones are being made? It starts with like Camino. That's right.
Why is
It's
it not
the
letting
wet
me
planet
just make it
with
straight
the
up
long
arrow?
neck babies.
Oh, there we go.
Because I guess maybe this is more. Actually, I'm gonna stick to this, because I think you could make an argument that this is best saved for the third movie, but I don't feel like waiting. Instead of Camino, I think we should take the investigation at some point to a different planet, starting with K. I think we got to fold back in Korriban to the mainline canon.
What is
don't know.
Korriban? Say more on this.
So Korriban in the Old Republic games is basically the Sith planet, is where the Sith
Okay.
Academy is based. And critically, this is really why I want to bring it up. It has multiple different haunted tombs of the Sith.
That's fun.
There's
like
a
that
Valley
lot.
of the Sith with multiple like tombs and crazy shit going on there. It does have settlements as well. There's like settlements that you could have like normal non-haunted scenes that lead into the haunted scenes, but like I feel like that would be a really like an interesting setting to start with.
I think that's fun.
Yeah,
I like the idea of like
because that gives us the opening to start talking about the Sith and what they're all about.
yeah, and I like the idea that like Anakin and the other two Padmes are kind of like tracking Sabe/Sam. Like
I need you
obviously
to
we don't
unselect
know
this
that
text so I can
we don't know that
correct your
she's
spelling.
Sam.
I was looking it up and I was like, that can't be right.
So sorry, say that again, Marn. I was so focused on Korriban.
No, I like the idea that like Anakin. Well, why did they go here? Because they're tracking Sabe, right? / Zam Wessel, who we don't know is Zam Wessel.
Mhm.
Like, how do they get the lead or the clue or whatever that sends them to Korriban?
Maybe. Oh, because if they're trying to find the missing Padme, if they're trying to find Sabe, can we invent a reason why the Padmes would have had to previously stop by Korriban? Like maybe there is something about that visit that makes them go, "This is the last time we know for a fact it was the four of us."
Maybe they were picking up a Jedi, like a artifact for Palpatine.
Ooh, okay, yeah.
Like he is the guy. He is the guy who collects shit. They were like going there to sort of like broker his end of a deal or something. Truly just because like I don't know, he asked them and they were like, yeah, whatever. We're on the Senate. Palpatine seems like an okay guy.
I
go to
really
the-
like.
The super haunted planet.
What was the fucking? I'm trying to remember what the settlement name on Korriban was. Dresde. That's what it was. I know we can't. I know we don't have to use old names, but it's also like, why bother coming up with an old name if we could just reuse a name?
Yeah.
Sure.
Tanner, I'm trying to help you clean up the arrows a
Oh, yeah,
little
I
bit.
appreciate that.
Um, Or maybe it's like it's the last time they like they think that Sabe was really Sabe for some reason. They're
Yeah,
like,
that.
if she got replaced, it has to have been here.
Yeah, like I think something to that effect. We can maybe be a little vague about it until we have a specific what it is, but like, or maybe it's even just that was the last time we had like someone was able to account for Sabe like definitively, where there was no break in visual continuity. Someone was always with Sabe until this point,
Mm-hmm.
which like normally we wouldn't care about, but like obviously then that's the only time that this crazy bounty hunter could have cut in.
Yeah. Or it was like something happened and she was like on her own for a long time. Maybe she went to Korriban alone. Like she was the one who went on that errand.
Ooh, that's actually a good idea.
Like the other three were doing Senate shit and she was just like, well, I'll go.
I think that's the simplest solution. I think that works. Yeah, that was just Sabe's last known location. Traveled there alone. Where Sabe traveled alone to pick up an artifact for nice old Mr. Palpatine.
Oh, that wacky Mr. Palpatine.
I feel like we could even get like a scene in there where they talk to Palpatine about it and we kind of establish him as like, kindly old man.
Oh yeah, I think actually yeah. Let me delete this arrow. I think that could be an intervening scene that they go to. There is a visit with nice old Mr. Palpatine, who had met with Sabe before everything went fucking bonkers.
Hey, it's really crazy that C-3PO and R2-D2 aren't like characters in this yet.
Yeah, I'm just not worrying about that.
Yeah, for what it's worth, they were barely characters in the prequels to begin with. They were
That's
just there
fair.
for like
Yeah.
they were contractually obligated to show up. They're not here.
Yeah, they could be something for the sequels people to worry
Yeah,
about.
it's like they basically exist in the prequels as another fan service. He's like, look, it's them! Like, it's the guys you know! Yes, they visit Palpatine. He's like, "Oh yes, I had a lovely meeting with Miss Padme Sabe, and we discussed all sorts of things." And he's going on for like 90 minutes
Yeah.
while Anakin and the Padmes are trying to stay awake.
He makes them tea. Palpatine is just like guy who has a bunch of like old china cabinets full of insane Jedi artifacts. It's kind of really doing something for me, actually.
I'm gonna write some stuff off in the scratch pad off to the side. 'Cause I think it's too early to bring it up, but I think I've got some ideas for
Yeah.
later on.
Oh, we can also establish that like Anakin kind of knows Palpatine because Anakin has like a fucking lightsaber that is like a historical like fancy magic one
Oh yeah.
and might have been going to Palpatine like, "Hey, do you have any books about this shit?"
I do like that.
Mm-hmm.
I have a weird lightsaber. Tell me about it.
Oh, we even kind of. Actually, wait, no. I know where we can get more fucked up lightsabers in here. I
Hell
think
yeah.
this is a little further ahead, but because I think they arrive at Korriban, and first they're in the city of like with like this ancient like city that's past its prime, but kind of wants to pretend it isn't. And they're investigating Sabe, and like a bunch of other shit happens, and they inevitably have to go to the Valley of the Sith and like where the tombs are. And there's definitely got to be at least one ancient Sith lightsaber in there somewhere.
Oh, for sure.
Like that's
Well,
got to show up.
yeah, and also like what was the artifact? I mean we don't have to decide this obviously, but it could be relevant like what was the artifact that Sabe went to get?
Mm.
Also, this is where we can get in I hate sand, it's coarse and it gets everywhere. They
Oh,
go
yep,
to the
shit, you're
Valley of
so
the
right.
Sand.
I think that's so right, yeah. Let's get...
Hang on, wait. Is Ho-Has joining Anakin and the Padmes?
Ooh.
I think that would make sense.
It would make sense, but I was also about to say I wonder if this is where we get Anakin Padme romance almost of like Anakin is trying perhaps futilely to make them feel better about like the fact that they're now half a Padme unit, you know? And they're like,
I,
"Well, we don't know who we are anymore."
I I actually do like the idea of like Anakin stumbling into this relationship while they're doing something completely different. And stumbling into this thruple question mark, is the third one still alive? Will she be cool with this when we
Yeah.
find her? I have added on here, Anakin's definitely got to like swoop race some fools for
Oh,
information about where
yes.
Sabe went.
Yes. No, and I think that's fun because we can have the Padmes be like, "Oh, Anakin is like becoming a well-rounded person who like has hobbies outside of being a knight and like does stuff outside of the Jedi code. Who are we? Like who are we if we're not the four Padmes who are senators?"
Everything been real awkward in my polycule since half of it exploded.
Let me just widen this baby out. Let me get that. There we go.
I think that Anakin should also teach one of the Padmes how to swoop race.
Yes.
Oh my god, yes, actually.
It's like, you know, it's like Ghost, but swoop racing.
That's where I was originally going with pod racing. I think Anakin has to take Padme out for an illicit race.
I think even just like, I think their illicit race definitely happens. I think even just showing one or both of them how to swoop race is itself like, that's a scene ripe for like sexual tension.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Like hand
absolutely.
resting over the other person's hand, showing them like how to pull the throttle. And it's not a euphemism, but it might start to become one. But then like the other one shows up, like, hey, we got to get going. It's like, oh, nothing's happening.
Rayleigh in the chat says they got polycules on Naboo that would kill a weaker man.
And that's the part where Anakin's like, I am no man. Do we want to? So I think we've got some good shit going for Padme and Anakin. Do we want to keep going on that chain, or do you want to figure out what the fuck Obi and Maul are doing?
We can go farther down that path if we want to.
Hang on, I have one last button to add on to that scene.
Yeah!
I quit the stream.
How? No, come on, Theo. This is absolutely your shit. Don't fucking lie to me.
Killing you. And don't worry, I'm only killing you because I'm jealous that I didn't come up with it first, but I'm also killing you because
that's
I'm
fair.
mad.
That's fair. No, that's very. Killing me for that reason is valid in the eyes of the Force.
Juliet has suggested each Padme starts dating Anakin, but doesn't want the other one to know.
That's because I was gonna say, like, what if he only teaches one of them to swoop race and the other is like off doing like
he teaches one of them swoop racing and the other one lightsabering.
Ooh.
Oh, and because then that's a further rift in like, who am I as Anakin Skywalker? Like,
I'm gonna say he teaches Amidala to swoop race.
Yeah, oh absolutely. I love this fucking Glee ass YA romantic nonsense. Parentheses, affectionate parentheses. Our minds are so big, our brains are so crinkled.
The problem with Star Wars is they never fucked enough, and we're fixing that.
Like I said at the start, we can make them worse.
Kote to sword fight.
Because maybe, like, Kote is like, well, if Sabe is dead, like, we'll need to make sure that, like, we're filling the ranks and the rest of us can, like, do what she did. Can you show me how to whip ass?
Yeah, I like that a lot. I like the two like leftover Padmes kind of going down diverging paths where maybe like Amidala is like, oh, I really want to do like the senator thing and like be a political leader for my people, but like I also kind of like have this rebellious personality and I want to do swoop racing, and Kote maybe goes all in on like, well, we have to learn how to protect ourselves, and like I'm gonna become the like the new bodyguard.
Yeah, like in case Sabe isn't found, because I think at this point they might still be hoping Sabe is still alive.
Yeah. All right, so they go to the Valley of the Sith.
Uh, I think, I think Valley of the Sith has to be where Sabe was like directed to find the thing she was
Yeah.
looking for on behalf of Palpatine. Is this one where we want to pull out like a quote unquote canon Sith name for a tomb, or do we want to invent a guy?
Let's make up a guy.
Sure.
Let's invent a Sith Lord.
Let's make up a guy.
Tomb of okay. I guess unfortunately
Thank you,
this
Riley,
is
for the large pyramid.
that is a Sith tomb. I think this is where we have to establish what the Sith are here, and
Yeah.
I think this is maybe where we pluck a little bit out of how they were regarded in the High Republic era, where they were almost kind of like a boogeyman, sort of like, we know they were real, but like, there's not Sith anymore, come on. Like, who gives it, like, you know, you're calling yourself a Sith, you little edgy boy, like, go on. Like,
I think that then we can do a fun parallel with the Obi-Wan and Maul investigation where they're like turning up shit about the Sith and they're like, this can't be real. This is like somebody pretending to like scare everyone, you know?
And like, the tombs in Korriban. Actually, let me pitch something. I know this doesn't get us any closer to an identity. Maybe this is like the one tomb on Korriban that hasn't been like wholly rated yet.
Ooh.
Like, this is the one tomb no one's actually like, because it's so like weird. Like, this is the one thing like the Sith is a little bit more boogeyman-y than usual. Of like, oh, like we don't mess with that one. Like that one, yeah, that one's been picked clean. That one, they said the guy was a tough guy. He's not. That one, don't go near that fucking one. Like, don't touch that tomb. Like. That one's real.
Like that.
That one's real.
Super fucking haunted. Yeah.
God, like all of the good Sith, we've got a high standard of good Sith names. There are like some bad Sith names, but the good ones are really cool. Like
there isn't like a Sith naming convention, right? It's just kind of whatever sounds cool.
There's a Sith language. They have an alphabet.
And there's a lot of Sith are named like bad things. That's why you have Darth Sidious, like Insidious.
Yeah.
Darth
well, yeah, I
Bane.
knew that. Yeah.
But then you get dudes like Freed and Nad. You get Exar Kun. Like.
Hashtag Freed and Nads.
Exactly.
Darth Plagueis.
Actually, I do like the name Exar Kun. Can we steal that? What was Exar Kun doing?
No, I want to come up with our own guy. I think that's fun.
Fair.
I've pulled up a Reddit post on Sith naming conventions.
Jesus Christ. Tomb of.
I'm just
Jamiroquai.
I'm just visualizing Griffin McElroy rattling off Sith names the way he would Warrior Cat names.
Yeah, there's a list. Oh, there's a Darth Phobos. That's fun.
We haven't gotten any aliens in here.
Sorry, there's a Darth Millennial. There's a Darth Warlock, but it's spelled Wyyrlok.
If we've got lesbians inventing a haunted tomb, do we want to be super reductive and have it be Darth Harrow?
Oh, that is kind of fun. Hold on.
Harrow is not bad, actually.
Yeah, Harrow's not bad. Hold on.
Which book I finally read last weekend.
Can I pivot? Because we don't have to do the Darth. Like I was pointing out, there are a lot of
That's
like
true.
ancient Sith lords who like had to. So it could be Harrow something. Jamiroquai.
If you enter this tomb, you'll be subject to all manners of ritual insanity.
You're not making me want to step away from the Jamiroquai.
We
Man.
can't name it that.
The ancient Sith artifact of the canned heat. Theo, never threaten me with a good bit. I will run it into the ground.
Now, can I pitch Darth Draugr, as in the Nordic folklore Draug?
Oh,
the-
that fucks. Hell yeah.
See, I hear Draugr and I associate that with like the random bad guys in Skyrim.
What?
Yeah,
Listen.
I think those two dots are connected.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. That's my immediate association. It's not super badass Sith Lord. It's guy I can shout to death at level 2.
Yeah, I just think of Viking zombies.
That's
I
fair.
just think that if we're going undead, we have to have a name that
Oh wait, I have it. Wait, hold up. Let me put your peanut butter in my chocolate over here.
Okay.
Is that TYA or is that do we think that's
Drogmeriquai.
fuck?
See, my second pitch was gonna be something about Poltergeist or Darthgeist or something like that.
See, here's okay. Like, if we can lean a little bit away from the silliness, I think just like Drogmir. I think that is actually I like the shape. I like the mouth sounds.
Yeah,
Of just
yeah.
Drogmir.
Drogmir is good.
How else can we Star Wars this? Put an apostrophe. There we go. Now it's a Star Wars.
And it definitely has to be an alien. Let's look at our race available.
Oh yeah. They're gonna have wicked big horns.
Before we got on this call, Riley was like, "Here's the list of aliens. They only go A through I because I got bored."
And one Jawa.
And one Jawa. It's A through I and a single Jawa.
We looked up fucked up Sith races. Okay, so the first Reddit post is someone saying the concept of race is so fucking exhausting. I think I need to change. Oh, these are the results for fucked up with races. No, Google. I want fucked up Sith races.
What is this like fucking ghost face ass guy? What's his deal?
The first, okay, wait, pause. The first Reddit post, the first result for fucked up Sith races. Actually, that term is r/ma installation most oppressed races in the Imperial Galaxy.
Hi. I'd just like to point out that this is just fucking Captain Gantu from Lilo and Stitch.
Oh yeah.
Anyways,
I would just like to point out
it.
it's been 90 minutes.
Thank you, Matt.
mod jump scare. Thank you.
Yep.
Theo, what's this like scream ghost face ass guys looking deal?
If you click them, they'll show you their name of the species.
Oh,
I've never seen
It's given. And it's given Ghostface.
Oh, hold up, wait. I'm thinking.
They're
of
animated
something.
skeletons.
Oh, okay, automatically. Congratulations. Given you've been nominated to be the zombie in this tomb. Whoa, that is big.
They're animated skeletons, and mathematics are central to their culture. That's all the wiki page has on them.
I don't have a specific progression to this point, but to pitch something regarding this particular Sith Lord, can there be a gender reveal about this Sith Lord that makes Anakin go, wait a minute, everyone also thought this guy was a guy, but it turns out this guy was not a guy.
That's kind of fun.
And it's
I
like,
that. I like Anakin finding out that Sith can be women.
Like, see, I think up to this point, either it's like everyone refers to Harrow with male pronouns or ambiguous pronouns, and so when they, like, have their adventures getting into the tomb, they, like, Anakin finds something that tips him off, like, wait a minute, like, there's some gender shenanigans, there's shenanigans going on.
Heck, that's not what I wanted.
Yeah, that's what Anakin said. Harrow, and I think this is kind of a gimme. Actually, slight pivot from a gimme, so we can make this less obvious. I think the relic that Palpatine was after was like something that seems inconsequential. It's like Harrow's like what this is going to be a pointed question. What's something about lightsaber dimensions but made of wood that you can think of?
Like a practice saber. If
Well,
they're knights, they can.
So the reason I'm asking is I'm thinking it's something that no one like necessarily thinks is a saber. So then Palpatine gets it, and one of the final things in the movie can be him like throwing it into a fire, the wood burns away.
What?
Then he just like pulls out like, this is what I was looking for.
Okay,
it's a
can I
fucking
hit you with
lightsaber.
something insane? What if it's one of those cylindrical puzzle box things, and it's like you have to solve the puzzle and then the lightsaber is inside of it? They're cryptexes? Is that what I'm thinking of? Yeah, cryptexes.
And I think it's even like it's an extremely common implement. Like they even like, really, you just wanted like hit like that dude's specific puzzle box? You can go down to the Coruscant bodega and get like a dozen of those for $1. It's like, no, I want that one. It's I know an old man's fancy, but
Well, it could also be a thing of like it's known to be there, but like no one has ever solved it. And so Palpatine is like, well, yeah, I want it because like I don't think I'm gonna solve it, but I want it for my collection.
Because it's like I think it should be something that no one, because if anyone knows that it's something important or could contain or is likely to contain something important, like it would immediately be like, whoa, like red flag alert going off with Palpatine. So I think it needs to be we need to establish that, those things like that kids have, all right, man, we'll go look for that for you because our friend presumably died or got captured trying to find it.
Yeah, I like that.
Let me take a note down here. Cryptexes are a common children's toy in the galaxy, frequently used to contain items that are literally worthless.
It could also be like it's a toy that teaches you different languages because you're spinning the letters around.
Teaches languages. Oh! I can't believe I'm saying this. We could steal an idea from The Rise of Skywalker that this one is the Sith language. And that's where Palpatine is like solving it, just like, you see, not many people know this language. Like,
yeah, I like that. That's fun. We are sort of bringing in the sequel trilogy thing of like Palpatine is sending these jackasses on a puzzle hunt.
a little bit. Because I do want to. I think Korriban, and maybe even this specific tomb, because this tomb has to be like a tomb of tombs that like levels, you go deeper and deeper. And it's like, what the fuck? This is the size of like a fortress, and then as they get to the deepest level, that's where they find like. I think if we like whether or not we still have the Republic with their own clone army, I think the Separatists have been forming their own evil clone army on Korriban.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Oh shit! Evil clone army being formed hold up, let me spell that correctly. In the tomb.
I mean, it could be a thing of like, Jango is funding the good clone army and Count Dooku is funding the evil clone army or some shit. Or Jango Fett is playing both sides.
I was thinking that because this is what I had to go to a different scratch pad to put in my notes. I think the final fight for Anakin should be against a Jango Fett, and I think Jango Fett should be rocking his shit with bare hands.
I love that. That rules.
He has bare hands now? Why can't he just have guns?
It's a Mandalorian trait.
Okay.
I think we literally do need like this like. This is totally skipping ahead a little bit, but like after they found like the evil clone army, Anakin's like, oh shit, we gotta call this in. That's where Jango shows up and like does thing like sheds his jacket, like tosses it up somewhere, starts rolling up his sleeves. Anakin like readies his lightsaber, goes in, and then Django just fucking starts beating his ass without even a weapon out.
I am seeing people say in the chat that we fixed the puzzle knife concept for the sequel trilogies, which we kind of did. We fixed it by putting the knife inside the puzzle.
Django beats Anakin's, and maybe the Padme's asses with his bare hands.
I guess we also haven't talked about like the Republic separatist tension at all, which we probably should.
Yeah,
I
I
think
that's probably falling under the
Yeah, I
Maul,
think we could
the Obi
that
Maul.
might get hashed out in the Obi Maul stuff. And also in, I guess, like the why of like why would somebody impersonate Sabe for a year or more in order to try to kill all of the Padmes?
Look, don't kink shame. That was not a serious suggestion.
No. I feel you. Well, because last time we had like.
Good.
Well, because last time I think the only things they really had is that like there is a trade dispute between the Republic and the Separatists that like breaks bad, and then that is kind of like the impetus of this whole plot that's happening on Naboo, where like the Separatists don't want to be a part of peace talks, and they're trying to like force their way into getting their way and stuff like that.
Yeah. There was, I think it was Vertigree in the chat brought up an interesting point, which is like, do the Separatists have a motivation, or are they just ontologically evil? And I like some nuance in the Separatists in terms of like, I think it makes sense, and it's kind of said, but not super gone into depth in the originals. But it's kind of said that basically they were kind of very valid to have the trade disputes that were happening in the originals. The problem is they decided that to resolve that, they just kept throwing their law in with worse and worse people to do so.
I think that's fun. I also think we can establish some of that in our opening crawl, because that is like the opening crawl of this movie is like, everybody's leaving the Republic. That's crazy.
Yeah. So, and I think Obi Maul, like their investigations are bringing up a lot of stuff on the Separatists and very much demonstrating that the Separatists are kind of being screwed over by the Republic, but they have basically been bamboozled. They've been schmuckledorfed by a mysterious force who's definitely not nice old Papa Palpy. Zam is probably working for the Separatists, not for like morals, just like they hired her. She's an assassin. Yeah. She can do what she wants, just getting her bag.
Because Shmi was hired to kill the Padmes in the first movie by the Hutt family, who were kind of taking advantage of like the unrest of like, oh, Naboo doesn't want to join, like Naboo wants to stay a free planet. They don't want to join any of the alliances that are happening.
Wait, what was Zam Wessel hired by the Separatists, but was Zam Wessel hired by Shmi because Shmi doesn't approve of the Padmes?
Interesting.
Or is that too silly? That might be too silly. That might be veering into Glee territory.
I kind of like the idea that like somebody tried to kill Padme in the last movie and it didn't work, and now it's happening again.
They just cannot catch a break.
Oh wait, we didn't even handle a secret marriage occurs. I feel like we could change that plot point. we were just kind of freewheeled it for a really long time over here.
Yeah. Okay. Here's the thing. I feel like
I'm stepping to the side to work on some
for sure.
to work on some stuff we're gonna need later.
My hot take is that a secret marriage between Maul and Obi-Wan does not feel organic, so I feel like the secret marriage has to be between Anakin and at least one Padme. It can be a secret from another Padme.
Well, here's the thing. We can change 2 plot points. We don't have to have a secret marriage at all.
That's true. I like the energy of a secret marriage, but yeah, if the exact event doesn't work for us, I am down to change that. But I do feel like there needs to be a secret romantic moment That could
Yeah.
also be.
I mean, that could be
Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon.
that. Yeah, that's
There's a
true.
lot. Listen, honestly, yeah, like we've established, there's a lot of secret romances going on here. They're all messy, and we love it.
I feel like let's hash out the rest of like the Obi-Wan
Yeah.
and Maul timeline, and that might elucidate some things.
So I think they can go to Camino for reasons.
Yeah.
Are the reasons still clone related? Is this clone army different from the other clone army?
So I mean, if we have Obi-Wan has been like investigating this for several years, he can like have leads that he's like been waiting to have an excuse to like go and check out, I feel like, and be like, yeah, I've been wanting to like check out this thing on Camino, but I've never had an excuse to like go, because like I've never had like a Jedi assignment out that way or whatever. And also they've like been training Anakin, so like what time do they have to do stuff?
I feel like we're growing apart. A vizier trying to sound earnest during an argument. I feel like we've been growing apart, Obi-Wan. You never make time for me anymore.
And like maybe the lead is that like I don't know, maybe the lead is that like there's something I'm thinking, I'm chewing on ideas. It could be he's like in trying to like follow the money to like figure out who hired Shmi for, or like the mystery assassin for this like whole job. He has kind of like dug into the council finances and stuff and has found out about like Jango Fett's been spending a lot of money on a bunch of mysterious things.
I do really like that. They this time instead of like, wait a minute, someone snuck into our archives and like changed some shit. No one, we lost a planet. It's hey, Django's got like weird accounting going on.
Yeah. And it could also be like he hasn't wanted to like go and start sniffing that out because like then you're sniffing around the Jedi Council's biggest investor. Like you need a good excuse to do that. I still think that we need.
Krantz, did I write that down right, or did I miss something?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that we still need they go to a seedy diner somewhere in here.
Absolutely.
We have to put Dexter Jetster in this movie.
Where'd he go? I saw him in the tower.
He is in there.
There he is.
I'm shocked that he's not in side characters for episode 2. Honestly.
Dexter's diner on Camino now.
Yeah. I think we could say that. Why not? It could be like they're literally just like going and doing street level detective work on Camino. Just like talking to people. Oh, they are doing like street level detective work on Camino and they run into Boba Fett. Like 10-year-old Boba Fett.
Oh.
Is Boba Fett like a fucking Victorian street orphan?
No, but like he's Jango's son. Like he's probably running around, right? I think it would be really funny if it's like an open secret on Camino that Jango Fett has a clone son.
I do. Does it have to still be a 10-year-old son? Like,
No,
or
he could be older. He could be older, I think.
yeah, because it'd be unethical to put a children to war. Hey, what are they doing with Anakin?
I like Maul. I like Dexter Jester being Maul's ex. That's really good.
Jesus Christ. Maul knows a guy and knows ex-Dexter.
It could all it could also be that, like, Jango Fett spends most of his time on planet with, like, the Jedi Council and stuff because he's, like, their big benefactor, but Obi-Wan is like, "Okay, through, like, all of this digging I've done, I found out that he, like, does have a second like, a secret second home on Kamino or whatever." And they go there and everybody's just like, "Yeah, Jango Fett, we know that guy. We know him."
I do want one thing I do want to say.
Uh-huh.
Now that we have to change these decisions we're making, but if we keep making it that everyone knows someone because they're an ex, eventually it's going to be a twist that someone isn't someone's ex partner. But you're gonna be like,
Pretty
wait, how do you know this
funny.
guy? Oh, I see. You two are
Uh-huh.
dating, right? No, we just knew each other from school, dude. We took Zumba together. Like, what the fuck? Like, I'm not fucking everyone in the galaxy.
What if okay, hold on. I'm thinking and cooking. So if we're making Camino into a regular planet, what if it is a regular planet where all of the clones, that whole side of the clone army is being like trained and socialized? So it's like they go and they're just like in addition to Boba Fett, a bunch of clones hanging out.
Oh, maybe. Oh, look, can I posit something? And
Yes.
maybe this clashes too much with what you've already proposed. Maybe the clone army on Camino isn't a secret. Maybe, or maybe at least the fact that it's clones is. Maybe it's already been like, yeah, that's where Republic is building up its army. We all know that. Like the set, like because we've been at war with the Separatists for 5 years. Of course, we've got like a facility ready to fight them. And it's like, I think the existence of it, maybe in general,
That
is
is
not a
kind of
secret. And then there can be deeper, like, oh shit, like something is going wrong here.
that is kind of interesting to me because it implies that the unrest in the Senate is because people have started finding out about the clone army. Like people are
Oh.
leaving the Republic because they have moral objections to the clone army.
And I think then like the people who are sticking around are even more in support of there because like yeah we need
Yes.
it so we're
Yeah,
throwing in
yeah,
more. But then that also I think adds like an extra layer
yeah.
of oh shit to the Sith clone army because then it becomes like oh like we're throwing our weight behind this force that we think is going to crush the Separatists and turn everything around. They have their own. They are going to. It is not going to be a glorious like what's the right a glorious coup. No, that's whatever. We're not going to kick their asses. They're going to start kicking our asses right back.
Mhm. I'm writing a note up here so that we remember that when we write our opening crawl. Yes, I like that. I like the idea that the clone army is kind of a known factor. Or yeah, I like that the clone army is kind of a known factor, but Obi-Wan is like, well, okay, but why does Jango Fett like have a second home on Camino and like what is all of this shit in his finances about? Like it could possibly not be known that he's the one funding that whole thing. Everybody's just like, "Oh yeah, there's a clone army." They're not questioning who's funding it or who the clones are of.
Yeah, like I think it being a thing the Republic is doing before the Separatists get too
Yeah.
serious adds a different dimension because then they kind of get really morally lucky in the original franchise because it's like Yoda is mournfully like because the Clone Wars have, but like they use them anyway because they have to. They have all the
Yeah.
droids on the Separatist side, whereas on this side it's like we don't need the clone army yet, but God, it'll end this war faster if we do.
And of course, Django is playing both sides as a war profiteer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm gonna add that to his character traits. Hold on. A charming man is willing to kill when things get too far. I'm gonna change this to a charming man who is playing both sides in a war. Hell yeah. Okay. So Obi-Wan has this lead. He's going through the financial records. He's like, why is Jango Fett getting these like crazy amounts of money? Like, where is this coming from? He knows that like despite Jango Fett spending most of his time with the Jedi Council, he has like the second he has his second home on Kamino. So they're like, okay, let's go check out Jango Fett's second home on Kamino.
Yeah.
What do they find?
I
Hmm.
hmm. Is Sabe the source of the clones?
Ooh, the clone.
I don't know if that makes
Ooh.
sense, but I'm realizing we haven't really involved her
I
in a
mean,
while.
well, not Sabe, but Zam Wessel could be the source of the clones
Mm.
because then they can all shapeshift.
Go-
What?
Oh, that's horrifying. Oh
Yup.
my
Yup.
god. Like, that could be what they discover, literally. That it's like, oh my fucking god, like, they're not just here. They could be literally anywhere.
Yeah, they could be anyone.
Oh, we are kind of doing Secret Invasion, though. Are we sure?
Yeah, I
are
was
we sure
about
we're
to say
comfortable?
that.
Are we sure
that
we're
I do
comfortable
feel like
stepping into Secret Invasion territory?
I think there is something interesting to like. What if the clones were of someone else? And maybe it's not like necessarily they can shapeshift, but it is just like I don't know. I'm chewing on it.
Yeah, because
Maybe
so,
okay, maybe
yeah,
not
I think-
shapeshift, but that they have been used as infiltrators, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if we I feel like making all the clones also shapeshifters does veer way too hard into Secret Invasion for it to feel like a fun twist on Star Wars, and it just feels like we're doing Secret Invasion in Star Wars. I do think if you want to put in some semi-hard side stuff, you could say like, oh, like the Zam Wessel is involved in the process because like her genetics help to stabilize the cloning process or something.
Mhm.
I think it is more interesting like to have a little bit of both worlds in that you can use the clones as infiltration, but it's because there's multiple like clone templates rather than just the clones can shapeshift. So yeah, we've
Oh my
got like
god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
a majority of
Sorry.
the clone troopers are Defets, but also we're gonna have like a bunch of clone troopers or a bunch of clone spies maybe are Padmes.
I have a pitch for the horrifying like they could be anywhere, they could be anywhere. The Jango Fett that has been on the Jedi Council for God knows how long is a clone. Real
Oh
Jango
my
Fett
God,
is
he's
real
not
Jango
even
Fett is hanging
original.
out at Kamino.
Or can he be on Korriban so we can get the
Yes,
battle between him and
yeah.
Anakin?
Real Jango
Oh,
Fett is
yeah.
on Korriban.
And then the one on Kamino is also a clone then.
I like that. And
Yes.
actually, I don't think this replaces that. I think this is another like pitch, like kind of breadcrumbs into that. I think the first like twig for Obi-Wan and Maul that something is right is I think they're hanging out. Maybe they've returned to Jetster's diner, and they've seen they've toured the clone facility, and so they know what the clones are supposed to look like. They're kind of hanging out. They look out the window, it's like, hey, that's one of the clones. What's he doing like absent without leave? And they try to go out and like follow him. And he's like, oh shit, like what is that? Like at first they think something's gone wrong, a clone's going rogue, but then as they like follow that guy and see what he's doing and investigate deeper, it's like, oh, that was an infiltrator unit. Like that Jango, Mr. Fett sent this guy to do some shit.
Yeah,
Mr.
I
Fett
like
sends his regards.
I like fucking Kamino being like planet where a bunch of the clones just like hang out. And they somehow get a tip off that like the Jango that's been on the Jedi Council this whole time is not the real guy. Like at some point he swapped.
Or doesn't okay? Can I? Maybe this is kind of stupid, but isn't there a thing in episode 2 when they get Wessel, that Wessel dissolves into worms, or is that a different character?
No, so Wessel
no.
Wessel hired a robot, and the robot hired worms to assassinate Padme.
Yes.
Okay, so I was gonna suggest maybe there's like some physical change that happens upon death that signals this was a clone, and when Obi-Wan and Maul get in a fight with Fett, that happens. It's like,
Ooh.
oh no!
That's
They
kind of
pay the clones in
fun.
worms.
They paint them in worms.
Like, it doesn't have to be worm specifically, but something on death to signal this was a
Or
clone.
or they just like have a manufacturing mark or something.
Okay, yeah.
They're making the clone somewhere. They have the big clone factory.
To bring Sabe maybe back into it, maybe I don't know if she would have been coerced or if she like did this of her own free will or what happened. Maybe she is one of the combat trainers of the clones.
Ooh. Well,
Like, I
is
think
she
there would be some irony if Anakin and the Padmes found out why, like, they solved Obi-Wan and Maul's mystery, and Obi-Wan and Maul solved Anakin's mystery.
I think that's fun.
Hey.
Yeah. It could be like, well, is Sabe alive, I guess, is the question that we have to start from.
I think her being the combat trainer is a way to, like, have her be somewhere that's not out of nowhere, but also not just, yeah, she was dead the whole time.
Yeah.
Because, like, dead the whole time is kind of the obvious answer.
Is it like she was sent on this like errand to the tomb basically as an excuse to kill her, but she stumbled on the clone army and got offered a job?
Oh! Offered the job and told, we will kill the other Padmes if you don't do this for us.
Oh, yes. I
Like,
like that a
you're,
lot.
like, the other of your little plural group here, we're gonna fucking kill them unless you do what we say.
Yeah, I like that.
But then, like, I guess does that mean that Zam Wessel was acting against orders, or
Well,
or maybe they were just
yeah.
lying? Maybe they just straight up lied. Like, they're like, we're gonna kill your friends if you don't like do what we want you to do. Okay, we're actually no,
Well,
sorry. Like, I don't think she could have been the trainer the whole time.
no, I don't I think that this is a new thing, but it could pretty much just be like her interests aren't aligned with the other Padmes. Like I think that's interesting to
Mhm.
just have a Padme that is a turncoat. Maybe she wants to be the only senator and she's like, "Sure, kill the rest of them."
I think the only reason I'm hemming and hawing is because I wonder how much of a character we've given her other than is a member of the Padmes for that betrayal to to really land. Like,
I mean, it could be like she is tired of being one of the four Padmes.
oh, that could be a fun parallel with Anakin then.
Yeah, like
Like,
Hmm.
fun parallel with Anakin, fun. You have like I think that we've kind of built up a lot of this like double identity stuff that's going on. Like we have two guys acting as Jango Fett, we have two people acting as Sabe, we have four Padmes, we have Anakin under an assumed identity. Like I think it's interesting to have the real Sabe just be like, "Well, I'm tired of that. I don't want to be a Padme anymore."
he's like, I
And
might be making the wrong choice right now, but I'm making a fucking choice.
yeah,
Like, I'm
like I
sticking to
am
one
making a
thing.
choice as Sabe and not as Padme.
Hmm. I think that's really good.
Yeah, cause Juliet, I think, talked in the last one about, like, the role of Padme being, like, you are the voice of the people and, like, you're not necessarily your own person anymore, and I think it's kind of interesting to be like, well, what happens when one of the Padmes want to be their own person? What if she just wants to be Sabe for the rest of time? Tanner, I like what you've added here. Obi and Maul encounter a spunky young kid named Boba who helps them with their investigation. And then they find out that he's Jango Fett's clone son. So yeah, so Sabe like goes to get the cryptex. Maybe I like the idea that Sabe kind of like figures out what the scheme is and that she's kind of been sent here to die, and maybe she literally just, like, makes a deal with Sam Wessel and is like, "Hey, I will, like, go take your place as Jango Fett's right hand and let you go kill the rest of the Padmes."
Yeah, and especially since Palpatine sent her there, like maybe Django or Zem or them in tandem or someone else is like, well, hey, like they sent you here to die. Like, doesn't seem like the Republic's doing too good, are they? Like they considered you disposable. You dedicated all your years to being part of the
Yeah.
Padmes, and like you were about ready to get sloughed off. Does that feel good? No. Think about that maybe.
I do like that because I think she would, like, parse it as, like, "Oh, yeah, that fucking senator, like, sent me here to get killed. What the
And maybe the
hell?"
other Padmes told her to take the job. Maybe like she was like, I don't know, we haven't like been apart for so long, and they're like,
Yeah.
do it, girl. Like, it's been a while since we've like had some time away, and so she was like, oh, were they in on that? Like, did they know that I was going to die having this happen?
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Making sure I'm spelling separatist right. There we go.
Sabe accepted the position because she wants to live for herself, not as Padme. Oh my god. Also because she sent her to die, and that's fucked up. Do they also find regular Zam, or is Zam somewhere else?
Oh, that's right. Zam is also here. Maybe Zam is fighting the Padmes while Anakin is getting his shit stomped by Jango.
I like that. I like maybe like Zam as Sabe is over like fighting the Padmes, and then after that they're like, well, I guess we don't know where Sabe is, and then they meet back up with Obi-Wan and Darth Maul, who are like, well, Sabe betrayed you guys.
Yeah.
Sorry. Uh, um all right, I'm gonna change a secret marriage occurs. I feel like we have kind of wiped that off the board.
Yeah, I think the wedding is over.
The wedding is off. I mean, I think we can change it to like a secret flirtation occurs and have it over here where like Anakin is wooing the other two Padmes. Or even a secret romance.
Are we?
Trying to think.
Have we found a spot to put Obi-Wan in a sexy predicament?
Is the Darth Maul dinner date not good enough of a sexy
You know what?
predicament?
That's fair.
That's what I was thinking counted, yeah. I'm getting a quick image over here sorted.
Also, just chiming in to let you know that you are at a 2-hour mark, and
Hell
you
yeah.
still
I
have
feel
an
like-
appendage, and you have a quote and one plot point to work
Yeah,
through.
I do
yeah,
feel
somebody
like
needs to lose
these.
an appendage.
Yeah, so here's the thing. I think appendage and starting the war and begun some kind of war is coming up at the end anyways. So I'm just
Yes.
gonna I'm gonna pop all these down here real quick, and then we can, because we're probably about 5 minutes away from figuring out specifics for those.
Anakin can still lose a hand here. There's a way.
That's true. This can be Django's. What if? Hey, does appendage have to be cut, or can it just be ripped off wholesale?
Jango Fett rips off Anakin's arm.
I do kind of like the idea that he fucking rips off Anakin. I think he might cut off Anakin's arm with his own weapon. Because he still has the Emerald Fate, right?
He takes the Emerald Fate from him and cuts his arm off. That's really good.
Well, wait, actually, sorry, hang on. I thought of something else that could be dope. Is that question? Shmi's still alive, right? Shmi's still out there?
Shmi
Okay.
is still out there. Obi-Wan is looking for her ostensibly. Like, this is his whole thing is that he is looking for her, has kind of stumbled backwards into this big conspiracy
Right.
with Jango Fett.
So the vision I just had is original Jango is beating up Anakin, and maybe he has some kind of weapon, like some kind of fist weapon, where if he grabs you, he starts to like zap pain and decay into you or something, and he's able to grab Anakin, and Anakin is in a really bad situation, and then Shmi just comes out of nowhere, and she cuts off Anakin's arm.
Holy shit!
Or wait, why is Shmi cutting off Anakin's arm? I think I was
To keep him from dying. I may have put too many hats on this. I'm also totally cool with Jango just cutting off Anakin's arm normal style.
I would also point out maybe Shmi plays Yoda's role in the original movie of saving.
Oh,
Anakin.
that does also make sense.
Yeah, that's
just save
fun.
him. Yeah, I overcomplicated it. Just save him normal style.
Why do we have old Boba Fett over here, by the way?
Because
I don't know.
that's classic Boba.
Old Django.
Old fuck,
Or
you're
class.
right.
That's classic Django, and then we have old Boba. Young old Boba. New young Boba. It's got a new formula, but the same refreshing flavor.
Okay, crucially, Padme Kote gets the cool outfit that Padme wears in this movie, and the gun. That's important to me.
I also, while we're tying things off, I think I want to, because are we assuming that Palpatine is still behind the scenes, like doing this all to his benefit, right? Because he's the one who
Yes.
got everyone to Korriban and like wanted this lightsaber and all this stuff, but then also Django was involved in everything. I think, I had an explanation like 10 minutes ago, but so much has changed that I'm not sure if it still applies as to why he did all that.
Well, say your explanation, then we can lab it out.
Well, because I'm thinking it's like I'm thinking it has to be a he wins no matter what situation. That it has to be like if he sends Anakin and them to investigate what Jango's doing, and they figure it all out and they reveal it and they kill Jango, that's fine for Palpatine because X, and if that kills Anakin, then it's fine because X.
Well, if it kills Anakin, it's fine because
Well, I guess it would also kill the Palpatines, or not Palpatine, the Padmes. Which would that help him? Yeah, I guess that might help him.
Yeah.
And I guess that also becomes that can become its own inciting incident to reveal the the existence of the evil clone army, and like get the war going even harder.
Yeah, because
and if they kill Django, then it's like that's good for him because he has one less share of the pot later.
I like that kind of like either way he wins because either he gets his fancy thing or he succeeds in killing off the rest of the Padmes.
Yeah, the
Which
great thing about not writing a script is we can just say, and then this happens, and it's fine.
I mean, we could also and that may reveal something retroactively, which is that maybe Palpatine was the one who pushed on the Padmes dying. Maybe he is. Wait, hold on. Now that I've said that, I'm like, wait. Because he was the one who sent Sabe to the planet and then like knew that Zam Wessel would be there and then potentially went to Zam Wessel like, okay, now kill the rest of them. So sending the rest of the Padmes to the planet is just cleaning up loose ends.
And like maybe it's cleaning a loose end that shouldn't have been there because I think from the beginning if we assume that the lightsaber in Harrow's Cryptex is like something with a crazy good power that he needs for future movie purposes, i.e. not our problem. That like in the first place, maybe she was supposed to return with it. That was going to be like the symbol, get me this and everything's good. And then it was Django and Wessel who went off script. And that's also partly why he's setting up a situation where Django might die.
I like that, because Django is playing both sides.
Yeah, so maybe that's Palpatine being like, okay, I got to get rid of this motherfucker Django because he's ruining my plans, and in the process, I'll also take a second shot at getting the super important lightsaber.
Yeah.
Or and if they die, I'll take a third shot.
Yeah, pivot.
Yeah, like the third part of the plan might have in that universe might have literally been Obi-Wan and Maul get back, and he's like, I got really bad news about what happened to your apprentice. Do you want to go to this place and also maybe pick up a nice little package for me, please?
Well, because my thought was like it could be like Zam comes back to him in the guise of Sabe, and he like knows obviously that it's like Zam who has done away with Sabe, and he's like, okay, now kill the rest of the Padmes, but also Zam was supposed to get the fucking Cryptex and didn't do that. And so he's like, okay, I'll give you a second chance. Kill those bitches.
My fourth fucking time getting this fucking Cryptex. I just want my lunch.
I'm gonna write up here, Palpatine sent Sabe off to die, intended for Zam to come back with Cryptex. She didn't. And kill rest of Padmes. She tried. Oh, and then Zam runs away because she's like, I didn't fucking do my job. I failed Palpatine a second time. He's gonna kill me. Because, like, she knows to be scared of Palpatine. She knows that he's kind of stacked up this elaborate, like, situation to kill the Padmes. And so, of course, when Anakin and the other Padmes go to Palpatine looking for Sabe, he's like, "Yeah, I can tell you where she is."
Yeah.
I did just remember the reason I wanted to put in episode 2 is because one of my favorite set pieces as a child was the Geonosis gladiator fight. So in order to retain just a little bit of this, I would like to pitch that they have to fight the Acklay in the tomb.
Hell yeah, absolutely.
I think that's good.
Okay, yeah, I like this.
We
I like
have
that
so many
kind
weird
of,
guys here.
yeah. I like that we're kind of retroactively making Palpatine a little bit more of a puppet master. He set up this whole situation. He sends Anakin and Padme and is like, well, either they're gonna die or they're gonna get me my shit. And hopefully they'll kill Zam along the way. He's playing chess.
But also burying that in schemes that keep going wrong outside
Yeah.
of his control.
Well, that's classic Palpatine!
Yeah.
Okay.
The first, because the plan was supposed to be, I send girl to get me my sword. I get sword. Yay! it's like finding out that your Amazon package like went from 3 days to 2 months and like got lost in a post office in Alaska somewhere.
Yeah, I
So,
sent a girl
okay.
to get me my sword. Assassin comes back. Tell Assassin to kill rest of girls. Assassin doesn't do that.
So, okay, so one of you needs to type all of that out so it's canonized in here. Someone else has to help me figure out how we're connecting the Obi-Wan and Maul and their clone army to this other clone army we found.
Hold on. I'm typing Sheev's plan really big at the top. Sheev's plan.
Is it like the original where Obi-Wan and Maul are like, well, we don't like that we own a clone army, but also it turns out we need the clone army, better swoop in and save our boy with the clone army.
Yeah, I kind of like that. Send Sabe to get Cryptex with my cool new Sith sword in it. Palpatine knows that the evil clone army is there, right?
Sorry, say that last part again.
Palpatine knows that the evil clone army is there, right?
Yes, Palpatine, I think,
Evil.
does know about both armies, because
Okay.
somehow, for the people who have to follow this up in episode
Yeah,
3,
and
that's going to lead
replace
to all of
her.
his schemes really popping
Yeah,
off.
Zam will kill and replace her. Come back with sword. Zam replaces Sabe. Does not come back with my sword. Pivot. Hire Zam to kill rest of Padmes. Don't disappoint me this time. Zam only kills one Padme. Pivot. Anakin heads other Padmes come to me looking for real Sabe. Tell them answers can end my damn. Thank you, Riley. Either they die and clean up.
So while Marn
mess.
is doing that, Theo is down here. Tanner's over there.
I am actually in another tab because I have been in secret trying to prepare a first draft of our text scroll.
Genius. Tanner, what are you cooking with?
I think I'm ending the film.
Hell yeah. We'll come down to you in a moment.
Honestly, I think I'm just drawing arrows and saying yes, that's so true, bestie.
These things all connect, and then we're done. Ding bong, end.
Hashtag it's all connected. I think, ultimately, I think it's still the Clone Wars. Despite
Yeah, we
everything,
gotta-
you're still clone.
We gotta find where begun the Clone Wars have. It's
I think it's still Yoda. It's just instead of on the battlefield, he's just been chilling on the couch on Coruscant. he's watching this. He's watching CNN, and he's like, "Damn, okay, I guess we're at war." Or no, I guess he's like, "Guess at war we are." Damn.
So wait, quick point of order grammatically. How is Padme referred to in a, like, if there was a news story about, say, her assassination, is she just Senator Padme?
Yes.
yes.
Okay.
The Senator's Amidala, I believe.
Okay, yeah, that's right, because we'd established everyone knows the Senator. Well, they're not all Amidala, they're Padme.
The Senator's Padme, you're right.
I like Jango cuts off Anakin's hand with his own lightsaber. I also like Shmi shows up and Obi-Wan and Maul are there and like recognize her as the mystery assassin, and they're like, "Oh fuck!" And then they don't get to like go and follow her.
I do like that.
Like Yoda with a beer. Good to drive, I am.
All the time.
I think we wrote a good movie. I'm gonna say it.
All right. Who wants to summarize this whole motherfucker?
Real quick,
Okay,
I just before we get too far, I just want to double check.
Yes.
What is Zam's status at the end of this film?
I feel like Zam is still. Well, do we want the Padmes to kill her?
I'm asking you.
Is it interesting if the Padmes kill her? Ooh, I think it's interesting if Kote kills her, but Amidala doesn't want to.
Okay.
I think that sets up the fun conflict of like Kote is becoming the warrior Padme and Amidala is becoming the politics Padme.
This works. Hold on.
I'm gonna put somewhere over here. Oh my god. Kote kills.
Oh, sorry, I just put it in. Sorry, I already had it.
No, there you go. And that sets up an interesting thing where like all four of the Padmes are no longer working in lockstep at all. Cause like one is dead, one is working actively with like one of the clone armies, and the other two just like aren't on the same page anymore.
Do Maul and Obi-Wan finally hook up in like the ending montage?
Ooh.
That's
Does the ending montage have us see Maul and Obi-Wan finally getting together, and then Anakin and the remaining Padmes just kind of awkwardly sitting on a bed facing away from each other?
That kind of cooks. I kind of like that.
You really like that.
I'm gonna write that in too.
Give me like 5 seconds because I think I might have our title and a first draft of our crawl, but I'm assembling an image first. Cut that, paste that. Okay, wow, that sucks. Okay.
We also have to name our movie unless we keep it Attack of the... Well, we could still call this Attack of the Clones. I think there's certainly a lot of clones going on.
Honestly, so like Attack the Clones is too simple.
See, fuck, why am I insisting on doing this whole bit? Why am I doing? Why did someone make me legally have to do this bit?
Because you're a clown. We all know this.
Honk,
Yeah,
honk,
I'm
bitch.
sorry. Fuck. I don't know how to use anything.
I like that our chart is so much more convoluted than episode 1 because we were like, what if we do
Yeah,
two
because we wrote a political thriller.
yeah,
slash
we wrote a
rom-com.
political thriller with an A plot and a B plot.
What if? Whoops. What if Glee was a political thriller with swords?
We did really lean into like the soap opera of it all, which I appreciate.
Yeah.
Okay, here it is. Sorry that took way too long. Yeah, so we've taken already one name from the Star Wars canon and repurposed it. Allow me to present Star Wars: The Sith Lords.
Ooh.
Oh.
See, I was gonna pitch Star Wars: The Phantom Menace.
I was also leaning towards the
Fuck.
Phantom Menace.
No! I didn't work hard on this at all. I was trying to find a version. I was trying to find a screenshot of KOTOR 2's main menu, which is the only place where the Sith Lords has a black background.
I was gonna
And it
pitch
was
Phantom Menace
weirdly
because they go to
difficult.
a haunted tomb.
I do think, unfortunately, for my own ego, the Phantom Menace is very good.
Yeah.
I think that's really funny. We're off. It's just off by one for some
Yeah.
of these.
Yeah.
With that said, I think this is very much first draft material.
That's
but-
fine.
But I think I've got a proposal for
Hell yeah, hell
a
yeah, hell yeah.
scroll.
You can replace the original. I think Riley just put that in there so we'd have a template.
It does bug me that these are reversed, so I'm going to do this. Hold on.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Here,
So
I'll
this is
get
my
rid of-
proposal. 5 years have passed since the siege of Naboo, and the galaxy is no closer to peace. Tensions surge anew with the public discovery of a Republic clone army created in secret but soon to be deployed to the front lines. In the offices of the Senate, debate rages on. Can we use this army? Should we? Is there any price too high to pay for victory? In the absence of clear answers, many planets pledge allegiance to the Separatists, others to the Republic, and as always, others still to the eternal wisdom of the Jedi. Today, the Senators Padme are to deliver Naboo's remarks on the clone crisis. First, however, the Jedi must assemble her security detail.
I like that a lot, Theo.
But wait,
Hell yeah.
wait, don't we open on a pod race? Or on a
That's what I'm
swoop race?
saying. Is it's
No,
it's
swoop
the
race.
like they have to get her security
Oh,
detail.
heard,
One of their
makes
security
sense.
detail is currently fucking
Yeah.
street racing.
They have to go pick up Anakin from his street race. Do we want to summarize the movie that we've created? So the next people have a cool little 5-minute summary they can skip to the end of this VOD and watch.
Yeah. Good luck,
We definitely need to. The question is which one of us is doing it.
I think I can do it.
kids. I trust Marn with this because Marn, you were kind of the captain, and thank you
Okay.
for your hard work.
Okay.
Yeah, I started spacing out toward the end because I was writing the fucking
No, I
the
understand.
scroll.
We cold open on Anakin Skywalker in a swoop race with Zam Wessel, who we will later understand is a political assassin, is a shape-shifting political assassin, perhaps here to keep tabs on Anakin Skywalker. We didn't really fulfill that plot point. Open to interpretation. Also with Sebulba, who is Hohas Ekwesh's swoop racing, I almost said pod racing, alter, who hangs out with Anakin. Anakin has been swoop racing under the name Annie Starkiller, sneaking out of the Jedi Temple at night to do daredevil stunts. Anakin is then picked up after the race by Obi-Wan and Maul, who are still his masters. Obi-Wan is not happy about this whole sneaking out to race. Or no, Anakin gets caught sneaking back into the temple. He's late for Padme guard duty. Obi-Wan and Maul are going ahead. Anakin is kind of trotting behind them, pulling his Jedi vestments on, whatever, and is in a position to see an assassination attempt on the 4 Padmes, which ends in Padme Orjacula is shot. It is revealed that Padme Sabe has been a fake at least some of the time that Anakin has known her. She shoots Orjacula and escapes into the night. The Padmes are shaken by knowing that one of them is dead and one of them was a infiltrator into their polycule. Um, Anakin saves the other two Padmes. The Jedi Council convenes to talk about what happened and what the next steps are. Notable additions to the Jedi Council. Jango Fett is there as an investor. Count Dooku is also there as a retired Jedi who is just a chill hang, so he's allowed to stay. um, Obi-Wan, Darth Maul, and Anakin all get yelled at for letting the Padme situation go sideways. There was not supposed to be an assassination attempt. They didn't protect her, and now one of them is dead and one is missing. Um, Obi-Wan and Darth Maul get tasked with finding Qui-Gon Jinn's assassin because this matters more to the council than the political Padme stuff. They're like, okay, there's like a bunch of political assassinations going on. This is suddenly relevant again. You guys need to find her. Anakin is not happy with this. He wants to protect the Padmes. He wants to investigate what happened there. Um, Darth Maul is like, yeah, that's stupid that they told you not to do that and they got mad at you for stepping in to protect her. And Obi-Wan is like, well, I think that's just how it is. Wink, wink. And it's like, well, I'm submitting this request to have you transferred to bodyguarding the Padmes, so you would have to go with them, even if they start investigating all of this and the council told you not to. Wink. Uh, which then splits up the party. Obi-Wan and Maul go off to solve the Qui-Gon Jinn mystery, and Anakin goes off to solve the Sabe mystery. Anakin and Padme, the two Padmes, the two surviving Padmes, who are Kote and Amidala, go to visit Palpatine because he had a meeting with Padme Sabe before everything went crazy, and sent her on an errand to Korriban, uh, where he basically was like, hey, I am researching this artifact that is on Korriban. It's this little cryptex. I'm wondering if you can go get it for me. And Sabe was like, okay, sure. And the Padmes kind of encouraged her to go off on this errand by herself. Um, Sabe went there, and that is the last time that like she was known to be alone and could have been swapped for this assassin or otherwise like radicalized to um assassinate another Padme. Uh, as they get to Korriban, they have sort of a secret romance occurring. The other two Padmes are trying to figure out more of who they are without their missing pieces. Anakin has to swoop race for information and teaches Padme Amidala to swoop race. He teaches Kote to saber fight and maybe shoot a gun, because she's really interested in like stepping up and being more of a bodyguard. They go to the Valley of the Sith. They visit the tomb of Drogmir Harrow, a former Sith, who has this like cryptex that Palpatine is looking for. They do a bunch of like cool booby traps and fights that we kind of glossed over, and they find the cryptex. They also find that there is a evil clone army being formed in the tomb. Um, and then they find, oh, Jango Fett is there. That's crazy. The Jedi's benefactor. Why is he here? Meanwhile, Obi-Wan and Darth Maul have been off on their investigation. Darth Maul invites Obi-Wan over to brainstorm, have a dinner date. And Obi-Wan is like, shut the fuck up. We have to talk about my conspiracy board right now. And reveals that quietly for the past 5 years, he has been digging into this mystery assassin and the interior political turmoil of the Jedi Council and the old Jedis. And he has found that there is something really suspicious about Jango Fett. His financial records don't quite match up, and he has a secret second home on Camino, even though he spends all of his time with the Jedi. So that doesn't make any sense. And Darth Maul says, "Hey, I know a guy on Camino. Let's go, and maybe we can get some information." They go to Camino. They do all this like on the boots on the ground mystery solving. They encounter a young kid named Boba, and after a little while of crossing paths with him and working for him, they discover that he is the cloned son of Jango Fett. He's a young clone of Jango Fett, and they also discover that the Jango Fett that has been on the Jedi Council for who knows how long is a clone. And the clone army that everyone is so worried about is being sort of like raised and created on Korriban. And there's sort of this reveal that like, yeah, this is where all the clones are, and they're clones of Jango Fett. They also discover that Padme Sabe is here, the real one. She was captured by Jango and Zam and the Separatists and offered a job training these clone forces under the threat of killing the rest of the Padmes, but she accepted this deal willingly because she wants to live for herself. She doesn't want to be a Padme anymore. And she now realizes that a senator sent her off to an evil Sith planet to die, and that's fucked up. And so she's off doing her own thing, and she doesn't really care if the rest of the Padmes die. They Obi-Wan and Darth Maul, not Darth Maul, he's just Maul. Obi and Maul
It's so hard not to
fight.
call him Darth Maul.
I know.
That's his legal Christian name.
I assume go back to the Jedi Council. They fight the clone Jango, and they're like, oh fuck, this one is the clone. Where's the real
Should we
Jango
clarify
Fett?
that they go back to the council first?
Probably. I'm just kind of assuming that if they go back to the council, or if they fight Council Jango, if they have to go back to the council at some point. Yeah, they go back, they fight Council Jango. They find out that he's a clone because his body does something fucky or has like some kind of manufacturing mark. And they're like, oh, he was the clone all along. But where's the real Jango Fett? They are disturbed by the political ramifications of the Republic's clone army, but they're like, we kind of need them. Things are about to get really bad and weird, so we should take the clones that we know exist on Kamino, and we should go save Anakin because they find out that Anakin went to evil Sith planet.
The one place we told him not to go to.
Yeah. They find
Can't believe you went to the
Anakin.
elephant graveyard.
They find Anakin and the two Padmes, Amidala and Kote, fighting original Jango Fett and Zam Wesell. Padme Kote kills Zam Wesell against Padme Amidala's protests, signifying that all four of the Padmes have kind of this like irreparable schism, including Orjakla, who's dead. Jango takes the Emerald Fate from Anakin in the middle of the fight and cuts off Anakin's hand with it.
Well, one specific thing of that, I know we're coming to the end, but I didn't mention it. I think Anakin should be able to see that he's getting his ass beat no matter what, while like in glimpses
Oh,
from
for
the,
sure,
from
for
the
sure,
Emerald
for sure.
because it has the precog. I think he's like, all right, I've kind of learned how to. Oh fuck! Like anything I do gets me.
We did
me
forget that Anakin can see the future and still makes all of these choices, which I think is beautiful.
He doesn't. I think we can literally just be like, he doesn't really know how the Emerald Fate works. Like,
Yeah, it's like
Fair.
straight
That's
up.
very
hasn't
fair.
fully. He's not very well trained in general or with it yet, especially compared to Jango, former mercenary. Like I think it's what little it lets him see is, yeah, you're not winning this one.
Yeah.
There isn't a better technique you can do. You lose.
Yeah, Anakin looks like he's gonna die. Shmi shows up with the Carmine Fate, saves his life. Obi-Wan and Maul and their clone troopers get there just in time to see and recognize her as the mysterious assassin that killed Qui-Gon Jinn, but she disappears. Meanwhile, the Separatists and the Republic are starting their clone wars. Begun the clone wars have. I assume that has something to do with the evil clone army being discovered.
Yeah.
During the end, there's a whole ending montage where Darth Maul and Obi-Wan hook up. Anakin and the two Padmes kind of can't reconcile all of the things that have happened between the three of them, and are kind of in a dip in their relationship. And then we get a stinger of Palpatine gets the cryptex from Anakin, solves it, reveals that it's in Sith language. The cryptex pops open to reveal an ornate Sith lightsaber, setting us up for whatever happens in episode 3. Yay, yippee!
And that's our fucking show.
Yay!
On episode
Do we-
3, we did not simplify things. Can you fucking believe it?
Episode Episode 3 crew, you are not obligated to name your episode The Clone Wars, but if you find a way to make that work, more power to you.
Wait, Riley,
could
we need
name
to
it the
write.
Sith
We need to write
Lords.
character traits.
Oh yeah.
Or do we do that off stream?
Fuck.
Well, we can, but like it is something that should be done.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
each of these freaks
I mean, we can. I feel like we can knock this out pretty fast, right?
Yeah.
slam it in. We got these 4 freaks. They have you write 2 character traits down for each of them. That's not your name. You're not Padme Amidala.
Well, Padme and.
Oh, I see. I have the names on the top. I understand now.
Oh, because we write that down that Harrow turns out to also have gender?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. I think for Padme, we need to have one of them be like there's just 2 of them left. Well, do we want to give Sabe her own entry on here? Like, has she split from the other Padmes?
I think that's worth it. I'll pull up a picture of her.
Thank you.
Drag her over here.
Because I was gonna say, I think one of the Padme traits it has to be like they disagree with each other now. Like,
No longer work in tandem. Or
Yeah.
they are no longer in sync.
no longer in sync,
They no longer want it
Amidala
that way.
is concerned with politics.
That was
Kote
factual choice,
is concerned with protection.
Get Brendan!
Also, I'm pretty sure we are going to have to add Django and Maul to this crew.
Here's the thing.
Well,
I'm gonna create a rule for next time, and we'll talk about it.
Okay.
But you can only have 6 characters on the list, and so
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We do kind of have 6.
yeah, we're gonna talk and figure out what happens. I need to figure out the rule for this of the expanding the shifting main characters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like Sabe is the one that I feel like we have to have because she's one
Yeah.
of the Padmes.
Oh,
And I do feel like Maul, of all the characters who got promoted to opening titles, I feel like Maul is a little bit more important than Django. Because Django could end up being important if Episode 3 wants to, or he could get merged Dooku style.
Can I posit something?
We didn't do
here?
shit with Dooku.
We have so many people who are not so many people. We had the Padmes as a group earlier, but now they've started fracturing. Meanwhile,
oh,
Anakin's dads.
Oh, hell yeah. Your mind.
I'm also gonna. I'm still gonna give Sabe the Padme trait because I think there's interesting stuff to be had
That's
here.
fair. While they do that, Marn, I have a request from Aqua Drop in the chat. Can you hit me with Sheev's plan? Just read it straight.
Yeah. Hi, Nicole. Yeah, absolutely. Sheev's plan. Send Sabe to get Cryptex with my cool new Sith sword in it. Zam will kill and replace her. Come back with sword. Zam replaces Sabe. Does not come back with my sword. Pivot. Hire Zam to kill rest of Padmes. Don't disappoint me this time. Zam kills only one Padme. Pivot. Anakin and other Padmes come to me looking for real Sabe. Tell them answers and my damn artifact can be found on Evil Sith planet. Either they die and clean up loose ends, or I get my sword. They discover evil clone army. Pivot. I don't know anything about that. That's crazy. Get my sword finally. I do think there has to be a scene at some point where they go to Palpatine and they're like, hey man, did you know that there was like an evil clone army on that planet? And he's like, no, that's crazy.
That's fucking wild.
That's scary. I don't know.
Me and Yoda gotta talk about that next time we're crushing Voodoo Rangers.
Oh shit.
Uh,
All right, so we has begun to feel disillusion with the Jedi while also growing more enamored with the Sith. For Anakin, we need one more for Anakin. For Anakin's dads, what do we have here?
ooh.
They have.
I did just
finally
make all of
fucked.
the words in the original note plural. They have finally fucked and will continue to.
No, I'm gonna take without. No, I'm saying Amidala is concerned with politics. Kote is concerned with protection. Politician and trusted politicians slowly nefariously amassing more power at dark ensues. Is Qui-Gon still haunting Obi-Wan?
Ooh, interesting.
Ghost father-in-law.
Not
Ghost
father-in-law.
Makes
no,
it
no, ghost ex-in-law.
awkward. Oh
Ghost
shit, that's
ex.
right. Ghost daddy-in-law makes it awkward.
Yeah, I feel like
I like the W. Sorry, something about the W being on the next line is making me really laugh.
Why?
Oh, never mind. It goes away when I untype it. Sorry,
Riley,
if
stop
you go in
typing.
this.
Oh, sorry. I'm trying to help. Trying to help
No,
wrap
no,
up.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Sabe's thing has to be like she is like working with
She's a working
working.
girl. She's a strong, independent woman.
She's a working girl. She's working kind of against the interest of the other Padmes.
See, I feel like that's covered under the willing to do anything to make it happen. I feel
Yeah.
like this one, the other Sabe note needs to be one about like, okay, so now that you are an individual, what are you going to do with it? Because working against the interests of your former system is still like defining yourself by your relation to their system.
That is true. That is true.
Also, if I may poke, I think you could make a more interesting third trait for Anakin's dads to explain their like the difference of like their opinion or how they feel about Anakin.
Mm.
like
I mean,
that.
okay, here's the thing. I don't want I don't want Anakin's third trait to be in a love triangle. Can we say Anakin has not told Obi-Wan or Maul like the extent of what happened on the Sith planet?
That's correct.
Yes! Yes!
Yeah.
Well,
I
yeah,
think
but
that's
that is-
exactly it.
Thing is,
Keeping
I feel that's covered by cannot be 100% truthful with anyone in his life.
I feel like that's the general thing. I feel
Yeah.
like this is like because this is a different secret. Saying I go out at night to swoop race is one secret. Saying my assassin Sith mom saved my life on that tomb, and like
Yeah.
also I like all this other crazy shit happened, and like I have not told any of you all about it. That's
Oh,
a very different.
So
specific
Obi-Wan
trait.
and the Jedi don't know that Shmi is the assassin. They know that
I
the
think that's-
assassin is
Hold
that
on, let me-
woman, but
Let
they
me lab this out. Keeping the events of
Now, Riley,
Yeah.
you're not on this.
Yeah, am I
episode.
helping? I was trying to moderate as far as like lead them to their answers.
Riley's trying to move us along so
The stream can end.
stream
Is
doesn't
that
end
is
at
that
midnight.
am I outside of my duties, Mac?
I think you're hopping over the lines in a couple places. Like, I appreciate it, but also like
Heard.
Keeping the specifics of Korriban to himself, leading to emotional outbursts he can't verbalize the cause of. I made a mess of that. Cause I think that kind of still gets us like Anakin is acting erratically at the at the beginning of 3.
It's like if I was, I'm not saying the next team needs to specifically do this, but like if I was on the next team, my immediate thing is be like Anakin, even though he's growing more disillusioned with the Jedi, has like is like diving harder into training,
Yeah.
partly because he just nearly died.
Yes, I like that a lot.
And so it's like, yeah, he's kind of getting a little unstable as he as he
And
trains his ass off.
And I think like keeping the specifics of Korriban to himself also loops in like, well, he's keeping all of the romantic stuff that he did with the Padmes also to himself.
Mm-hmm. Does I know we can't add more traits. Does he know his dads are fucking?
I mean, we could change this to they have finally fucked and are hiding it from Anakin because then
I think so. I think
yeah.
they're not. I think Anakin doesn't.
Yeah.
Which is probably why he's not telling them, "Hey, I think I've got these weird feelings of love." He's like, "My dads aren't in love, so I can't be either."
Yeah. Well, because then I would probably want to change this to like they're both worried about Anakin, but they like there is a communication gap there.
disagree on what to do with Anakin.
Yeah, I like that.
Reiterating their good cop, bad cop. That Obi-Wan's like, we gotta talk to him. We need, like, he's hiding something and we need to find out what. And Maul's like, give him time. He'll tell us eventually if he'll tell us. And like, this is the one time where Maul is explicitly wrong.
Yeah. I like what we have for I like what we have for Palpatine a lot. I like a scheming schemester.
I couldn't think of a better way to describe it.
I would add like playing people against each other while like seeming innocuous, I guess.
Wins at chess by eating the pieces.
Yeah. While seeming like
he's winning at chess by tricking other people to eat the pieces.
Yeah, exactly. Like I think his whole thing is like he's playing people against each other, but he is like over in the background and like nobody suspects him because he's not like the senator who is beloved by everyone.
Julia, I think we'll decide if Obi-Wan and Maul know all about Anakin's gender once Anakin has figured all about Anakin's gender.
All right, we need one more for Amidala and Kote and one for Sabe.
I think, actually maybe the other trait is the fact that fears
absolutely
work to hang on, no, let me put it afraid of I know it in my head, I just don't know what the words are.
What are you trying to get across?
The idea that like there's a part of her that doesn't know what comes after like fully separating herself from the other Padmes.
Ooh, you could be okay, hold on.
I also need a better way to write.
I also need to think of how to verbalize this. Like
is it afraid or is it active resistance toward even thinking like any further in the future?
Afraid that no matter how much she distances herself from the Padme unit, she is no better than a clone.
Oh yeah, I think that's it.
That's good. I'm thinking
because then you get like interesting stuff with her working with the clones.
For the third Padme's trait, I'm trying to resist the temptation to make it about the love triangle again, because I think you were right not doing that for Anakin. I also think, though, then it's only fair we don't do that the other direction. I'm thinking the third point maybe should be something specifically about Sabe. Maybe.
Ooh. I do kind of like that.
So then I think Amidala thinks that they need to reunite with Sabe, and Kote is like, nope, she made her choice.
Or maybe it's the other way around. Maybe it's the one thing they're still in agreement on is that they can save Sabe.
Reconcile. That's the
like maybe it's not that they disagree on that. Maybe they disagree on literally everything else, but the one thing they're in agreement on is they can think save Sabe.
Yes, they both think Sabe can be saved. I like that a lot. I also changed Sabe's other trait to wants to be her own person, has betrayed the most important people in her life to make it happen. Yes. Just so it's not super similar to the other one.
Mm-hmm.
I like this a lot. I'm excited to see what the episode 3 people cook.
Okay.
I feel like we've gone beyond toxic Yuri and healthy Yuri.
And we've invented 4-dimensional Yuri.
We're playing 4-dimensional space Yuri chess, and Palpatine's in the background, and he's the one with the remote-controlled anal beads.
Yeah, Kane, the themes of identity in our Star Wars do go fucking crazy.
Is that a wrap?
I think so.
I think that's a wrap.
I think at this point it would be gilding the lily. I think we've done as beautifully as we can right now.
Yeah.
Well, thank you everyone for joining us for another Rewrite Relay. Thank you to Theo, Tanner, and Marn for writing a fantastic episode to The Phantom Menace. And thank you to the chat for vibing and having a good time, and being just great, just simply grand.
Yay.
Yay! Thank you for rocking and rolling.
Dun,
All the
dun,
beats we're
dun,
spilling.
dun, 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 dun.
And
Okay, we heard that one.
raid now.
Yay!
You were gone. We're off. We're off.